Welcome to Superchat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. This is a channel that we're looking at today, the first channel for today, that is a longtime friend now. Matthew's Bushcraft is a creator that wants to help teach survival skills to people of all ages. And as a matter of fact, we added a little bit of extra fun to the beginning of today's stream. Matthew's Bushcraft is in the chat or not far away and was asking a question if everybody knows what the most important survival skill is. So I'll leave that running for another few minutes. I hope everybody will participate, and you'll find that this young creator is going to teach us survival skills of all types. So a lot of outdoor content, as you would expect. I would consider this channel to be within the community of homesteaders. I group a lot of channels together when I think about homesteading. We include farming, ranching, sometimes even fishing, hiking, camping, and outdoor channels, because there's so much similar content and intent of the creators behind the channels wanting to share knowledge and resources with each other. This is a perfect example. Matthew's Bushcraft right now has 218 subscribers. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 300 we know they must be thinking about, and we know that they'll take us for some outdoor adventures as well. I'm just going to actually grab one of their Alaska videos. They went right through Canada to Alaska not too long ago. This creator is actually part of the Big Family Expedition. We'll look at their channel, in another moment. When we look at Matthew's Bushcraft, we see shorts. We see shorts videos on the channel that have gotten into 1,600, 2,200, 2,800 views. And we can see an enthusiastic young creator here. I'm glad to see them using their powers for good, of course. And then we'll have a look at Big Family Expedition. So I'll close off the poll in another second here, and then I'll give you my opinion of what I would have said. I already saw what Matthew's Bushcraft had to say in the chat, but I'll give you what I would have honestly given as my answer to the question of what is the most important survival skill. For a second here, I'm just going to point out the fact that we've got Okies Eden and Cruz Bolero both dropping super chats, and I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, very much appreciated. Of course, they've both done that before. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. So we'll do that in another moment, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel like we always do. The wheel is open to everyone. I'll add names over the course of the stream based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation. The Bud Files is here. I'm going to do some more introductions in a quick moment, but Big Family Expedition up on the screen right now. This is an interesting story behind this channel. This is a family who was living on the road. They settled down for a little while. I forget if it was a year or not, something like that, and they added another family member, as a matter of fact, and then they picked up and took off again. But what they were doing in the meantime is converting a schoolie, a very large bus, into a home for the family, which is really, really cool. And like I said, they've already been all the way through Canada to Alaska. They've got quite a bit of that content here for everybody to see as well. Big Family Expedition is also, well, they're a family first of all, but the couple of creators behind this channel are generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters here in the Superchat family as well. They've got shorts on their channel getting into 2,700, 2,800, one at 11,000. Which is great to see, and then live streams on the channel as well. So they might be bringing those back. We'll be looking forward to seeing if that's the case. We got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as possible as well. So I've got a couple of channels to get to: Scratch and Pete PA, along with Canadian Family Life, I Am Betty J Gathers, and Just Jason Keto are all up at the top of the wheel. They're beloved and dedicated moderators here. Some of the most supportive creators that I've met in my 8 years on YouTube now. Michael's Adventures is included in our group of moderators. He just dropped another raid from his premiere. He actually drops videos every single day and has been raiding frequently, so thank you for that. JC, Calamity Jane, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I believe we've seen your channel before, but please forgive me if I'm wrong.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
I'm just getting Chef Mama Bliss onto the wheel as well. We always add members and moderators as soon as we see them in the chat. I am Betty J Gathers is a moderator. They're already there. Butler Family Farm was early in the door, but they're on a phone today, so they might not be as active in the chat or tagging everyone so easily. Vintage Style by Joe has been here from the beginning. Chef Mama Bliss was just added. And I see that Debbie Way Gaming is here. Timmy the Racing Channel, who is going to be featured, I believe, in our very next episode of Superchat, is in the house. Jeremy D-Day is a friend I've had for over 6 years, since before Superchat was even a thought, and he's still coming through today. And then thank you, JC Calamity Jane. Yes, so we have run into each other, but it's great to have you here for the first time. And then Take Two Drum Covers is also in the house. Kyle Vlogs is here. Rushing Wind Mountain is a dear friend of probably 5 years by now. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. And Jerry might be on and off the computer a little bit, which is great, but thank you for being here still. I know we've got friends that run the stream in the background, and I appreciate that also. Sometimes people are driving or working, they can't chat, but they listen in, and I always appreciate every moment everybody is here. And even if you're just coming by to say hello and drop a thumbs up, if you can't stay, that's okay. We're here 3 times a week or every 3 days, and we're usually here for 3 hours. It's plenty of time to put plenty of channels on the wheel and on the screen. So Cruz Bolero, who's up right now, dropped a super chat, and I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We're going to look at Oki's Eden in a moment for the same reason. Cruz Bolero is sitting at 655 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them towards the 700 we know that they're thinking about. They are going to bring us cruising, lifestyle, and travel review videos, and I'm just going to grab the latest one. So this is a different type of video. Lots of creators are doing things like this lately, where they're bringing us pleasing audio, pleasing visuals, and then running a live stream where they allow people to come in and kind of connect in a similar way to what we're doing here. And then this creator otherwise will bring us for some outdoor adventures or cruising when they can. And then Cruz Bolero as well has done several live streams, even up to 2 weeks ago. Hopefully I'll catch you for one of these. I haven't caught one yet, but I got notification bells on for every single channel. Kathy, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And Cruz Bolero, thank you again for another super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, but always very much appreciated.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
And, Chef Mama Bliss is also on the wheel. Oki's Eden is up here right now. They also dropped a super chat, and I really do appreciate that. They've done that before. This is a channel I'm still getting to know, but I've been starting to catch a few more pieces of content from them. I'll talk about their channel in a second. Our featured channel for today was Matthew's Bushcraft, and that's an individual channel from one family member from the Big Family Expedition. And I'll just close off the poll here, and we'll see what everybody says for what is the most important survival skill. And it's interesting that almost half of everybody picked water procurement, because that's what Matthew's Bushcraft let us know is likely the most important. Over and above everything, we need water. Sometimes we're lucky enough, if we happen to be in the wilderness, wilderness to be close to some water. To be honest with you, I would have said shelter. And I would have been wrong about that because you're right. Water obviously is most important. Food is also important. But shelter, the consideration I had in mind when I was thinking about it is we can go for several days, with and maybe a little bit longer without food or water, but shelter might cause a lot of trouble. But it's interesting to hear different perspectives as well. I was a Boy Scout when I was a kid, so I should actually know. But I didn't have to do the whole thing where you go out actually in the wilderness for 2 days and make your own camp and have to live on an apple and a chocolate bar or whatever the routine is that they do these days. I didn't have to go through that. I went to a lot of competition camps and can start a fire like nobody's business, but actually, we did really well with lots of the competitions and things like that, but we're a very misbehaved troop of Boy Scouts, and I think the rest of the people in Ontario didn't really like having us around. I was lucky I got to go to a jamboree when it came to Ontario. And yeah, just Jason Keto, if I understand right, you probably go 6 weeks, I think, without food, but you have to have water, right? I forget if it's 2 weeks without water or something like that. We wouldn't wish it on anybody, but but for instance, Butler Family Farm, yes, in most cases, I can't go very long without food. I've always got a drink on the go. But I have done a water fast for 3 days once. I was aiming for 4 days, but by the third night, I just couldn't stop thinking about what I was going to eat. It overtook everything. I tried watching TV, tried going on the computer, tried picking up my phone. Part of me, nothing would overpower the thought of what I was going to eat when the next day had passed. So I just had some toast and went to bed, and then that was the end of that. But it's interesting. So thank you, Matthews Bushcrafts, for inspiring us to add some extra fun. Oh, there you go. 3 days without water. So not very. Oh, I wasn't thinking. Yes, without water, it would be a little bit much to go much longer than that. And yeah, so never mind. I'm obviously not an authority on any of that, any of our survival skills. Thank goodness we have some other outdoor friendly people. And Matthews Bushcraft in the chat, hanging out with Jen. Good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. We'll get through channels a little bit faster now, but I wanted to do something a little bit different when I saw Matthews Bushcraft was in the chat. He's been spending a lot of time in the Superchat streams lately, and I really do appreciate that. I don't know how much Mom and Dad are helping with the channel, but you got to hand it to anybody, any young creator that can, focus and listen for 3 hours to something about YouTube, as opposed to the short attention span everybody accuses the younger creators these days, or younger influencers, of having. Fuzzy Adventures and More, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Okie Zenon is up on the screen right now, and this is another homesteading channel, and says where pumpkins go bigger than the store-bought potatoes out of the bags and farm-to-table meals, if I understand that right. Yes. So they got quite a bit going on here. I'm just going to grab the latest video where we're going to learn something, or at least I am. And they just put that out yesterday. They've got a premiere coming up on Wednesday as well, so I'm going to set the notification for that. We set notifications for everything we see, even though we have the notification bell on for every single channel, and that's just in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. So obviously we're going to learn a lot, lots of cooking videos here, which is great, and then shorts on the channel as well. These have now gotten into 4,000, 6,000 views, and it looks like that one's still moving, as a matter of fact, which is great. They got several with thousands of views. They've got some live streams coming up. One of them is on Wednesday. Another one is on Tuesday. I'm forgetting what day it is today. And hopefully I'll catch you for one of these. Those are right around the time that I end up getting on the computer on days where I'm able to get home early. So hopefully I'll catch those, but I got the notification bell on for the channel as well. I see Okie Zedon is working on 700 subscribers. And thank you again, Cruz Bolero and Okie Zedon, for those super chats. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Zena the Sassy Crafter is in the house. She's a longtime friend as well, probably of 3 years, maybe as much as 4. And That's another creator with a couple of different talents. I was still hoping and praying for your cover of the Chaka Khan song, Ain't Nobody. It's one of my favorite songs ever. I forgot the name for a quick second there, but that was something we talked about a long time ago. And then, they're at a laundromat right now, so there's dedication. Thank you for coming in while you've got that going on. It's interesting, not only the places in the world where everybody's coming from, but the different things people might be doing while they're in our live streams as well. And then JC Calamity Jane. Oh, when we talk about thumbnails, yeah, it can be interesting to experiment with a lot of the AI systems that are out there now for a little bit of help when it comes to thumbnails. Often we talk here about a program or a website called Canva. It's an app for the phone as well. You might have heard of it, but it also has tons and tons and tons of beautiful, very professional looking templates that we can use. Oh, forgive me, Xena the Sassy Crafter. I should have known if you said that you posted that already. I don't remember the last time I looked. I know I come in. Whenever I catch her for a live stream, which is occasionally every few months or so, I bother her about that because she mentioned it one time, and I started listening to the song repeatedly. Like I said, it's one of my favorites ever. But I will go and look for that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to make a note for myself right now to make sure I don't miss that. Vintage Style by Joe is up on the screen.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
Doesn't matter if it's YouTube or not, but I like heartwarming things as much as anybody else. And today I was watching one of Vintage Style by Joe's videos. I've seen plenty that she's put out, but I was really happy to hear what I considered to be words of encouragement. So forgive me, because I don't know why my red line this time has not gone all the way across on this video. I watched this, but I'm going to make sure it's still in my catch-up list, and I'll just make sure it gets rerun. But this video, what she was talking about is taking a lot of different scraps of materials or fabrics and making interesting things from them. So today she was talking about mug rugs, and I forget the name of the other thing that you said there. It's not a trivet, but something possibly along those lines. Forgive me if I'm wrong. But one of the things that she said in the video specifically is, like, when you're using scraps and just keeping them around and then putting them together just to come up with ideas and make quick things, it's not quick, but you know what I mean, then there's no mistakes, right? There's no right or wrong in any of this. And I thought that was a great idea, especially for somebody who's looking to Vintage Style by Joe for inspiration. You know, a lot of us look to each other for inspiration in different ways. I don't do a lot of the things that I see on this channel, but I'm the smallest bit familiar with what it takes to at least sew simple things. This creator is getting into quilts and things that can take up to 500 pieces. Imagine cutting all those triangles and everything else. And not, well, what did you say the other day? Scraps are not my boss. Yeah, that was the thumbnail that I caught the other day. But she makes some really remarkable things, truly. But often what she'll do is take scraps of fabrics and materials and turn otherwise unnoticed household ideas or items into vibrant, colorful things. And you'll get an idea of what I'm talking about when you get over to the channel. Not to mention, Vintage Style by Joe's been incredibly supportive, not just here, but out in the community. I run into her constantly supporting other people as well. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 1,500, 2,600 views on a couple of them, which is great. And then live streams as well. She tends to do a few fundraisers, and I've been lucky to catch her for at least one of those. Maybe I caught the last one too. And then otherwise she's creating. This is a creator who does an exceptional job of keeping up with the chat while she's live streaming. So While we're here in Tuber Chat, my intention is not to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't do with their channels, with their videos, their live streams, or anything like that. But my guess is that we're all going to agree that we want to improve over time. And what I'm about to say has nothing to do with Vintage Style by Joe. It's just in general for all of us, right? I think we all want to improve. And one of the reasons why I keep bringing up the idea of people who are able to keep up with the chat while the live stream is going on is because it's not as common as it probably could be, at least over time. It takes everybody time to improve in YouTube, and I'm a perfect example of that. If you were to have seen what I was doing 8 years ago compared to the way that I do things now, you'd say, yeah, he's definitely improved, because you notice things about yourself that could use improvement, and then possibly set goals or strive to be a little bit better. And I promise you, I do all the time. I'm thinking about it now while I'm getting some new content ready as well. But that's one thing that we really should strive to improve, in my opinion, for anybody that's going to live stream. I hope everybody will watch back a little bit of your own content. I always rewatch almost everything I do. I don't rewatch every live stream replay for hours at a time, but I do watch every video, probably more than once, and I do look to some of the older stuff to see, like, wait, what was I doing that maybe I could put back? What things have I removed? What can I take out to curate a little bit? These ideas. So it's just a thought. But again, I mentioned the idea of live streams. Vintage Style by Joe is a creator who's already doing fantastic with keeping up.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
Did I say sewing and keeping up with the chat? I'm not sure if I meant to say that. I meant to say creating. What I've seen from Vintage Style by Joe, when I'm remembering when I've been in the live streams and watching and interacting, I believe she's been showing things. I'm not sure if I've seen you working on stuff. If I was to go back over a couple of these replays, see, she's always like looking right at the chat. She's always, here, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm used to from Vintage Style by Joe. She's always got interesting things to show us, right? And maybe that's what I meant. Forgive me if I misspeak. I trip over my words all the time. But I've caught her several times, and I've got the notification on for the fundraiser that's coming up in a few weeks. And then she'll likely drop several live streams between now and then. And then I will notice, though, the next time I'm in there, if you happen to be sewing while you're streaming, Squirrel's World is an artist, is actually a longtime friend. Good to see you in the house. They've changed their name a little bit. Queen Before You Reacts is another frequently arriving friend, if that makes any sense at all. This is what I mean about tripping over my words. The Queen Before You Enacts is with us frequently. She sent over a couple of raids too, and I appreciate that. More than a couple. Lisa J. Stocks I caught for a live stream earlier today. The J. Jordan is a longtime friend. I've caught them a million times for live streams and everything else. They're posting multiple times a day, and their channel is one of the fastest growing I've seen in the Tuber Chat family ever. The J. Jordan is on other people's channels, but also out supporting. And I believe that they actually have some kind of a system where they're keeping track of who's been on their channel. Because I noticed that the J. Jordan will come into a Tuber Chat live stream, especially if I just saw them. You know, they've been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter for years now. But I have a feeling they've got some kind of a system going on. I keep statistics for every single live stream, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. This is the most basic form, but I've got Streamlabs running in the background here. It's a chatbot, but it's got a lot of features on their website as well, and I happen to use Streamlabs Desktop, the software, to live stream with. But when we look at what Streamlabs offers in the background, they've got this system, and it's a little bit weird. It's kind of gamifying idea, and it's called a loyalty system with points. And what it does is it keeps track of every person that ever, or every account that ever comes into your live streams, and it assigns them points based on not just how long they've been there, but engagement in the chat. for instance, as well. And I keep an eye on that throughout the stream. That's basically how we run the wheel here. And when I need names for the wheel, when we get down to 5 or 6, I'll look over to my list and add some. But what I do after every single stream is I copy out all of the information and put it into a spreadsheet. So I literally have 872 of these now, and that is for a couple of reasons, but the biggest one is to make sure that nobody ever gets forgotten, because we've been at this for 5 and almost a half years now. You could imagine that there's creators that were with us in the first year that just haven't been here as frequently or maybe even at all over the last long while, but you want to make sure, in my opinion, that you remember the people who got you where you are, because we all started zero. And thank goodness, thank the dear Lord for the people who are willing to help us when it feels like nobody else will. You know, we all start at zero. When you're working on your first 100 subscribers, you remember, everybody here likely remembers how excited you were to get every single subscriber. Oh gosh, this friend came in and got me 2 extra subscribers. And I promise you that excitement continues years into the future. But we want to remember that, because people come and go in YouTube. Often what we see is people taking breaks or having to have some life changes to take them away and coming back, and you know, that kind of thing as well, if that makes sense. Palazzo Place, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And Judgment Day Mike Harper is a longtime friend as well. And thank you, Squirrels World. Yes, I appreciate the kind words. Squirrels World has been with us for probably 4 years, if not 5. I think so. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And I know I say it a million times, but if I've missed something you meant for me to see, just please mention it again. And then Scratch and PPA up on the screen right now. Speaking of 5.5 years, this is a creator who has been with us almost from the beginning. If you can imagine, he has been here more than 800 times for the entire live stream that we've done. And I don't really have anything I can do other than look at the sky and literally thank God that Scratch and PPA, you know, is somebody who has crossed paths with myself and with us, because he is truly a shining jewel in the Tuber Chat family, has been ever since the beginning, and is not only here, but helping and paying attention and keeping up with the extra parts of the YouTube journey that we don't always talk about. You know, I'm very lucky as the host of Tuber Chat that lots of people reach out and share information. We've got a moderator group. We all like have an Instagram thing where we can share ideas and notify each other about changes. Or like Scratch and PPA today sent over a message letting me know that Cabaret Gaming is back on YouTube. They had some trouble with their channel. I'm not sure if they lost the whole channel or if they were just demonetized, but they're back and monetized and ready to go. But thank goodness, because I may not have seen that for who knows how long. It's a tiny example, but people share both the positive and the negative, and that's where we get a real insight as to what might be going on and how best we can help everybody when it comes to that kind of idea. That goes for all of us. And then Henry Leslie, Vermont, good to see you in the house. Angie's Oddities is here. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody. And then when we talk about what Scratch and PPA is doing on his channel, this fellow Canadian is, first of all, monetized and closing in on 2,500 subscribers. He brings an interesting twist to lottery ticket scratching. What he does is pits 2 different lottery tickets against each other and then offers us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow him on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, which of course I do. It sets his series apart, makes it unique and a lot of fun to be a part of. Now you'll notice that this creator has presentation at the forefront of his mind. His bright, beautiful avatar is matched by content in his thumbnails that we would likely expect. But you're going to notice there's a hint in his thumbnails about the giveaways that happen in his video series. And his banner is updated every single week, if you can imagine that. And his video editing skills have been complimented ever since his very first video 5.5 years ago now, or close to it. And Scratch and Pete PA always premieres his videos. As a matter of fact, you saw me set the notification here. He usually has those ready on Saturday, several days in advance before they run on Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern. And if you can catch us for one of his premieres, you're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats in the Tuber Chat family. Faster than what we've got here, faster than almost any other you're going to see around here. It is very fast paced, very high energy. He rivals those of Butler Family Farm and Jesse Journals and Unboxes and the Stock Explorer and a few select others. So very fast paced. Scratch and Pete PA as well expanded his content a couple of years ago when he took a trip to Italy and brought us some vlogging style shorts videos that gave us a look into all the different areas he was visiting. And then he also brought us his very first live stream and some Italian lottery tickets you noticed as well in those shorts videos. And I know a lot of people will be hoping for more, but excited to know that Scratch and PPA expanded the content on his channel. One of the things I don't think I've been mentioning lately is the idea that this creator has actually perfect consistency. And if you can catch us for one of his premieres, you're going to see what that consistency can do for people. Most people here, first of all, are going to say that Scratch and PPA is one of their most supportive supporters, maybe the most supportive, but this creator as well gives us a little bit of a lesson when it comes to consistency, because even on weeks over the last 5 years where they've not been able to premiere a video, they still drop a video. I believe every single Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern for 5 years now, this creator, close to 5 years, has dropped a video without fail. And you can see the strength in his channel, especially when you get to those, pardon me, premieres. Pardon me. I'm not thinking very clearly today for some reason. And then thank you, JC Calamity Jane. And then I'm just going to put up a channel for a quick second here before I spin the wheel. I just want to see something. Xena the Sassy Crafter is a longtime friend, and she's actually been with us for I don't know how many years now. It's probably 4 years, close to that. Let me just take one of your latest videos. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. But this creator just put out a community post specifically for me to see. I didn't see this. Yeah, you can see I haven't watched it. I'm shocked. And she put it up a year ago. I thought I bothered you sooner than that. So this particular video I'm just going to put in my catch-up list as well, because this is something I was looking forward to. She mentioned a long time ago that she'd done a cover of this song, but it took a while to get it posted, so that's great. And then this creator is somebody that we know here from YouTube for the idea of crafting more than anything else. Got plenty of shorts on the channel, 1,700, 2,400 views, then live streams on the channel as well. This is what I know best from Xena the Sassy Crafter on the craft bench or craft area with StreamYard panel and friends creating along. And hopefully everybody will connect with Xena the Sassy Crafter. And they make junk journals. It's probably from Xena the Sassy Crafter and a couple of her friends that I learned what junk journals even were. I'd never even heard the term before we started Tuber Chat. But hopefully everybody will connect with this generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And I'll be looking forward to that video. Us and our bunch, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And then the Bud Files is coming up.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
One of the things you notice right away in the search results when I look for the Bud Files is those shout-out videos coming up. They do a shout-out video for every 100 milestone, even up to today. We just saw the one for 3,200. Now, it's interesting. Sue from this family does a really excellent job of keeping track of what all of the YouTube creators do that are in their audience, right? For every channel other than Tuberchat here, you're going to have viewers as well as other creators that are supporting you. Tuberchat is only for channel owners, really. So we have not even 1% of our audience is supporters, although there are a couple. And I do appreciate that as well. But the Bud Files does a great job of keeping up with what all the other channel owners do. And it's really remarkable to see, as a matter of fact. So I recommend anybody go and watch one of those shout out videos. If you've already connected with the Bud Files, you'll probably hear yourself in at least one of them along the way. I'm just going to grab the latest shout out video. I'm going to put this into my catch up list. Now, this is a family of creators, and the idea behind the channel when they started is to be modern day archaeologists. The idea of uncovering history and digitally preserving it in video, which they have done. They bring a lot of history on the channel, and they've done a lot of outdoor adventure as well. They got a series here called Way Back Wednesday that's been going on for as long as I can remember now. And then the Bud Files as well happens to be monetized, so their channel's now growing even more rapidly. But like I said, this is a family of creators, and they have got some shorts over here. They give us a little more of a look into the characters behind the scenes here, getting into 3,400, 5,000, 15,000 views on one of these, and then live streams on the channel. Now, they might be out filming some kind of a touristy event like a parade. They've done many of those. They could be taking us to graveyards, cemeteries, abandoned locations, or they could be in their home and they sing and they dance and they play games together, and it's really interesting to see. And like I said, they've been friends almost from the beginning, as a matter of fact, probably 5 years now. And hopefully everybody will connect with the Bud Files. This is another channel that I run into constantly when I'm out supporting other people, because I try to be on YouTube as much as I can every day, bouncing in between premieres and live streams. The Bud Files is there all the time. And thank you, everybody, for the likes and the shares. The shares are more important than ever before. There's just a bit of a dip in the traffic on YouTube, it seems, over the last month, and it coincides with another couple of things. Lisa J. Stocks, if she's still here, will probably... I missed what you might have said. I commented in her live stream today to see what she thought about the term Rectember and Uptober, because when we talk about at least crypto, which I'm following a lot of now, they talk about the idea that September is a horrible month every year when it comes to crypto and this and that, but October is the best month of the year historically. And I wonder if the same goes for stocks, but it also makes me consider, when there seems to be a dip in traffic on platforms like YouTube, I wonder if that's just a digital thing. People haven't got their routines quite back as quickly as I thought everybody would from the summer. I used to say that the third week of September is the perfect time to launch a new project, because in the summer you can't get a hold of everybody. They're on vacation and people change up their routine, and it takes a couple of weeks after Labor Day, let's say, for those of us in North America, to have the kids go back to school. A lot of people go back to work and people get their routines going, and it takes a month to settle in. So it seems to be a couple weeks longer than I thought. But you guys can let me know if you find that as well. Things have been a little bit slower than usual over the last month. Not to mention, I insist that YouTube made some drastic algorithm changes at the beginning of August, and we're still feeling those effects right now. It's Chocolate Drop is in the house. Wheats Art is here. Jesse Journals and Unboxes dropped a premiere earlier. They're now in the chat as a beloved and dedicated moderator. And Deb S. the Pug Mama Quilter is also here. And I should show everybody a quick feature here. I just want to show you something. This is a window I keep on another monitor beside me so I can keep up with the chat. You notice I've got this little blue mark right beside my plus button here. Of course, I'm on a computer. It looks different on a phone. But this is showing me that there's a new feature here right? Members only live stream. And what that means is right now I could likely click that and it will switch the stream to members only. So what that would allow somebody to do if they wanted to, we're not going to do it here, but what that would allow somebody to do is, let's say you wanted to introduce everybody to what you were about to talk about, right? And then all of a sudden kind of stop it and say, like, okay, you're going to have to be a member to see the important thing that we're about to do. You could do it with that feature by the look of it. So I'll be curious to know if anybody's used it yet. I won't be using it on TuberChat probably ever, but I don't know about my personal channel or anywhere else. Tim Mitchell's in the house. Good to see you here. Jody Genealogy is also going to be featured in another episode. I would have, if somebody to ask me, I would have thought I already featured Jody Genealogy, but apparently maybe I have not. So it's long overdue. But that is Marketplace Boutique with a second channel, actually. Darlene's Garden and Home, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I think I said hello to Judgment Day, Mike Harper. They've been here a while now. Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official is going to be live right after Tuber Chat. So we're going to go and raid in there at 9 p.m. Eastern. It's still just over 2 hours from now. And it's time for me to spin the wheel. So let me do that. Mrs. Paula does retirement. Good to see you in the house. I'm certain we've seen that channel before, so please forgive me if I'm wrong, and hopefully you're feeling welcome, but I'm certain that you've been here at least once before. And there you go. Yeah, Angie's Oddities. So it's interesting. While I can't think of a specific case where it could be useful in a way that wouldn't address what you're saying, which I, like, to a point agree with, of course, there could be a reason why it could otherwise be helpful, because different people, like, we all have to do the right thing for our channel, right? This is the number one reason why I try not to tell everybody what they should or shouldn't do. I try, even if it sounds like it. I don't mean to. I want to I even occasionally make light suggestions, but I almost try not to do that. What I try to do is lay out how the different perspectives could be seen when we have an idea, so that then everybody can make their own decisions for their channels. Because we all want to do the right thing. We all have different goals. There's well over 50 million channels on YouTube. That's 50 million different reasons why people have them. So it's interesting to see as the new features come out how people are going to use them, especially if I find something that I didn't originally think about. You might be doing DoorDash today because you hate spam. Says Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official. We'll have to tune in and see what they're gonna do. Oodles and Caboodles of Crafts. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. It's Chocolate Drop. Yes, I did get you on the wheel. I was afraid I missed you for a second there. I know you've been here a while. And then Angie's Oddity's got a couple of things going on. So did I say I was just about to spin the wheel? Jody Genealogy, I spun. This is a creator that's coming up next. Let's go for a break for 3.5 minutes. Right before we do that, I'm going to play a clip for you from our video series now. There are interviews on the TuberChat channel, and all of the creators that I spoke to in this series are longtime friends. They've all been with us at least 2 years, most 3, 4, and almost 5 years. They've all been through and are still going through all the things we're going through here. They've been with us all this time, and they've all long passed their 10,000 subscribers.
Don't forget the people who've got you there. Like, this is why I'm very open with coming on with TuberChat, because I remember I only had, I think, about 2,000, 3,000 subscribers at the time.
Probably.
And I got involved in that group, and there's other groups as well. What you know, if you cast your bread across the waters, it will come back. So always, and there's always somebody that I've engaged in on YouTube, totally different hobby, pastime.
Okay.
But we're linked by the ways, but they will know somebody that's scale modeling and they will mention me to them.
Right.
So there's always that as well. You've got to look at it as when you're building your channel, always try to give back what you've taken out of it. So that's why if I'm home night, in a weekend and Tuber Chat, because I've got it notified, if he comes on, I will pop in, give him a super chat, and I make sure I get on that bloody wheel of crap where it is.
There you go.
And so that I've put back in, because remember I was there as well. I was lowly. If you remember rightly, that one day when I cracked that I think it was 20,000 subscribers, or what was it, 10,000 subscribers? Because you went up to 5,000, wasn't it? And I said to you, because I'm on 10,000, am I not allowed to be on your channel anymore?
That's right.
You had to change it, didn't you?
I had to change the intro. If somebody was to go back to the first episodes of Tuber Chat, you would hear me say something along the lines of up to 10,000 subscribers. But when Moz6510 models crossed the 10,000, I had to change the intro for the whole channel so that I could say, and beyond 10,000 subscribers. And now we're here, and you've doubled that number. You're still growing now. So
it's very slow growth, because as I said, I've taken a month. I wanted to see what a month would do to my channel.
Yeah.
And I was getting 300 to 400 views an hour down to 160 views an hour.
Right.
If I look now, I'm getting 30 views an hour. So but I've done this on purpose. I wanted a break.
Yes.
I just wanted to step back, and now it's back in, and I'm going to start doing it all again now. So
yeah, there's nothing wrong with the break when it's needed. What I have found is when we can get to a place of consistency, taking a week off, it seems to take about a month to get the momentum back, but it does come back.
Yeah, it does come back, but I needed the break. I really did. And I think YouTube have cottoned on to this as well. You've seen a lot of burnout recently on YouTube.
I understand what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a burnout. Yeah, there's definitely that. But we strive to be better, and that's what it can be.
Yeah,
definitely
improving over time.
Improvement is it, and also it's good. It's edifying for yourself. It really does boost you up when you get a video that gets 10,000 views. It really does. It's great. But there's also the work and the time you put into it, so it's rewarding in that respect as well.
For sure.
All right, let's go for 3.5 minutes, and we'll come right back. All right, we're almost back. We're going to look at Jody Genealogy. We already recognize this creator because she's got another channel and she's been friend of ours for years as Marketplace Boutique. So we're going to have a look at this creator that's got over 1,200 subscribers now. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 1,300. We know that they're going to be thinking about this, like I said, is a second channel from this creator, and we're going to get a great look at it in a couple of days, or a few days, when we feature this channel. Today's featured channel is Matthew's Bushcraft, of course, and we feature a different channel at the beginning of every live stream. That's so that we can introduce everybody to generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters. Even when we're not live streaming, you'll see them featured in the thumbnails on our videos, of course. So Jody Genealogy is going to bring us on this channel history, travel, and other adventures. There's a little bit of random content, but I'll talk about that when we get to it. I'm just going to take a look at the latest abandoned farm exploration video that they've got going on. I'll put that into my catch-up list. They're posting very consistently, approximately once a week, which is great to see. She's got quite a bit of information on her About section to check out in the meantime as well. There's shorts on this channel. Like I said, they feature random content, and Jody's been at this a long time. So doing shorts like this have already led into thousands of views, 2,800 here, 7,200 here, and then live streams on the channel as well. So she might bring random content. So she might be going somewhere specific. She might be on the road, might be on the water, bringing us a fireside chat, and she's done a lot of collaborations as well. When we look at her original channel, we see Marketplace Boutique, where Jody's going to teach us the ins and outs of buying and selling on platforms like eBay, which can be a wonderful extra source of revenue, if we want to call it that. Stream of revenue is what I meant to say. Marketplace Boutique is actually officially on the road to 3,000 subscribers over here as well. Now, this creator also happens to be incredibly supportive, so when I'm out bouncing in between premieres and live streams in the chat, I run into Marketplace Boutique or Jody Genealogy all the time. This creator is going to bring us primarily content surrounding the idea of buying and selling. She even takes us shopping and shows us how to buy collections of things that we can separate and sell individually, if that makes sense. She brings some random content, including an outdoor adventure, some weather updates. This creator will give us a little bit of help with our YouTube channels as well when it comes to the graphic design for things like membership badges and thumbnails and things. Now, shorts are where she features purely random content. 27,000, 55,000 on one of these, 35,000 on another one, which is great to see. And then live streams on this channel as well, and she's done plenty of live streams. I've caught her for several. She could be, again, on the water, on the road, by the fire, or collaborating with another creator. So hopefully everybody will connect with Marketplace Boutique. Of course, she's monetized, lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Tim Mitchell's just dropping a handful of memberships, and thank you for that. They've done that countless times before. We're going to put their channels up on the screen right after Izzy Pop, who came in and slipped in a super chat there not too long ago. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel in another moment.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
And then Nisa Faraway is in the house. Good to see you here. Create and Relate is a member, so I'm going to put them on the wheel right away. We always add members and moderators as soon as we see them in the chat. And it's interesting that we have close calls sometimes on the wheel, right? We never know where that arrow is going to point. But because it's a computer program or whatever you want to call it, right, a website, I can go over to this results page and make sure that I've got the right channel. It'll tell us who's been chosen from the wheel in which order. So that's my backup system just in case I can't be sure. And then Izzy Pop is up on the screen though right away because they dropped a super chat, and I really do appreciate that extra generous support. They've done that kind of thing countless times before. I don't know what happened to my catch-up list today. I went through, I was watching these videos, giving everybody their comments. At the end, I forget whose live stream replay I had at the end of it and left it to run, and now all my red lines are not all the way across again. I got to rerun the whole list, which is not a problem, but you know what I mean. There's Vintage Style by Joe's video I watched, Corinne Pierce, of course, and then this one from Izzy Pop is still there. The Fall Fest video from Blessing Through Connection. She's going to do both channels with that collaboration, and then some of them worked, so I don't know what on earth is my thing there. I'm just going to rerun the whole list, but I just wanted to show that to everybody. That's that playlist I keep talking about. It's got a fun name. The catch-up list is for keeping caught up with creators. The mustard list, yeah. You know, actually, Kristen Walton keeps on our refrigerator a whiteboard, and it's got on the bottom corner of it a shopping list, right, where you can like write things down. So if I notice like we're going to be out of something, or if there's something that I want, I can write it on the list before we go grocery shopping. Takes a picture of it, right? And the other day, so I grabbed the yellow marker and wrote the word mustard. And then when I woke up the next day, I looked at the fridge and it was wiped off the fridge. And I was like, oh, I need the mustard. And she said, no, we already have it. We bought it last week and I forgot. So that's okay. I when I was a kid, I hated mustard. I really, part of my language, but I know the word hate is not that bad, but I know some people don't like it. But I feel very strongly or felt very strongly about my dislike for mustard back in the day. And I remember my father used to be on me like crazy over like, oh, you should just try it. You should like it. You're going to like it when you're older. And I was like, no, it's disgusting. I don't like it. It's awful. How can you people like this? And now I love it. I have mustard on everything all the time. So I don't know what on earth went, that was all about, but I guess this is how life goes. Backyard Trucker, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. We actually recognize Andy from Backyard Trucker because he's collaborated with Marketplace Boutique many times, and we've seen both of her channels just a moment ago. And then Keto Simple, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Mustard is a survival condiment. Yes, I'm going to try to remember that as well. I was lucky to catch Keto Simple this morning. I was going to say yesterday, but no, it's still Sunday. So yes, this morning. And then, thank you, Darlene's Garden and Home. I was lucky to have some time today to be able to do that. Actually, I think it was while I was getting ready for Jessie Journals and Unboxes premiere, because she drops a video every week at 3 p.m. Eastern on Sunday. And I try to make sure that I'm here, like even if we're going out and doing things. I do what a lot of people do. We plan our schedule for even our errands and simple things around the things we know are going to happen on YouTube. And we literally do that. Kristen and I like to go out early in the day. If we're going to do anything, we're usually like home before everybody starts going everywhere. And that was an example, but I remember that specific week today. So Izzy Pop is up on the screen. This is a creator. I've seen lots of their content, including this latest video. What they've been doing lately is using what I believe is the Suno system to make a lot of music and then putting really interesting animations behind them. So this I would almost call a Halloween themed video, but they really put a lot of consideration into this. And this creator has actually brought us these elaborate banners, avatars, and thumbnails ever since the very beginning. And the idea is they're going to help us with all of the tools online that help us make digital art. They give us more information on their About section. They've changed that up a few times. This creator as well has got shorts on the channel, and look at these glorious thumbnails on some of these. They're just out of control. And then Some of the popular shorts on this channel are now starting to get to 1,600, 1,700 views. One thing I haven't mentioned yet today is when we go on the shorts page, if we're on a computer, like obviously I am on the Chrome browser here, but if we go to the shorts and look at the popular tab, sometimes you notice the numbers are a little bit out of order. It doesn't matter. It's the least important thing I probably talk about on all of YouTube. But something to notice, and it usually, I believe, is because these videos are still gaining views and haven't settled in the YouTube algorithm yet. So I think it's an exciting thing. Then Izzy Pop is live frequently. I've been lucky to catch them many times for their live streams. Sometimes they start with a theme. The conversation can go just about anywhere. They're usually on for at least a couple of hours. I've seen them go as long as 3 and I believe 4 hours. Yes, right there. I haven't caught the last 2. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one of these. I don't know why I didn't catch the one you were doing right before we started here. Maybe I was eating dinner. And then PK Adventure Travels is in the house. I got to get them onto the wheel right away. They happen to be a member. Izzy Pop is up on the screen right now because they dropped a super chat, and I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Living Large with L Crew is a vlogger in the truest sense of the word. Living Large with L Crew's on the wheel. They happen to be a member also. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. As long as everyone's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. And then Izzy Pop as well. Yeah, one of the thumbnails here. This one was done for Scully Pop. I don't think Scully Pop was here today, were they? No, Scully Pop is a longtime friend, though. I think they've been with us probably 4 years, if not 5. They come in occasionally as well, but they're an incredible supporter. They're the author that reads to you. Actually, you'll recognize Scully Pop because of their distinctive professional, dare I say, voicing work or voiceover work when they do their narration, let's say. And then Izzy Pop, thank you again for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And we're going to get Tim Mitchell up because they gifted a handful of memberships right after that happened.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
And my word, I almost just fell off my chair a second ago. Did everybody see that? Tim Mitchell came up first in the search results. For once. That's fantastic. I hope that means we're making progress here. I complain about the search results all the time because we've got creators that are here with us frequently that I've been subscribed to for years. Never mind the fact they've been subscribed here. I'm also subscribed to them. And when I search for them, they still don't come up number 1. Everybody should. Everybody used to. But like I said, YouTube's been making some massive changes in August, and it's been kind of mind-blowing, actually. And there you go. Yeah, Izzy Pop's done banners for a few people here. I should be doing a little bit more work with that. I thought about doing some live streams where I can help everybody and do some free graphic work. Let's just say we've got lots of friends that will help either in trading favors, or there's friends you can pay a small amount of money to help with things like that, like banners and avatars and things. So it's great to know we've got people that will be helpful in that way. I've done a few things for a few people, but not nearly as many as I wish I have done by now or had done. And then Tim Mitchell is up on the screen. This creator's got a few channels for us to look at. One of them we're going to get a great look at after Tuber Chat today, because Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official is going to go live at 9 p.m. Eastern. So right at the same time as we finish, we're going to raid over there, and they will allow and encourage us to connect with more friends and family members for our channel while we're there. And then pardon me, Travel Off Book, I got you on the wheel. And then, no, I said I had done some free stuff for a few people. I like to call it free, but people have been so supportive here. Like, it's not what people do for this channel. Obviously, Tuber Chat's doing really, really well. People like Izzy Pop just dropped a Super Chat Judgment Day. Mike Harper's done that a million times as they have. And then Tim Mitchell gifting a handful of memberships as well. And, I really do appreciate that extra generous support. All of those things are absolutely unnecessary, of course, but appreciated. And I will get to adding names to the wheel from our chat list. I'm actually overdue for that, so I'll do that in another moment here. But I did mention Tim Mitchell's got a few channels to look at. So Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official is one of those. We'll see it in a minute. I'll show you the other one in another moment as well. And then Tim Mitchell's actually doing some of their own content, usually on the road, actually. Pardon me, and I've caught them for a few of these live streams. This is a really cool feature that they used the other day, where you can be live streaming, and I've done this many times on the YouTube app while streaming. You have a little button that you can click, and it'll automatically cut a highlight of the last 5 minutes of whatever happened in your live stream up to the moment that you click that button or tap that button, and it makes it an unlisted video on your channel, and then you could do whatever you want to it and release it as a public video, which is really, really, really cool. I've used it a couple times, and I've got a couple highlights I gotta put up actually. But Tim Mitchell's using that feature, which is great to see. And then they've got shorts over here as well. A lot of outdoor footage. They're starting to do really well, getting into 1,500, 1,800 views on a couple of these, and then live streams on the channel as well. And I've been lucky to have caught them several times. They're usually on while I'm literally out at work for the day, but if I'm lucky enough to have a really early afternoon, I'm able to get in and catch them. And then let's have a look at Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official. And we'll see what they have got going on for now. Like I said, later they've got a live stream coming up. We're going to go and raid right into that. I've already got the redirect ready to go. You notice in the thumbnail, they've got the Mystery Wheel of Misfortune here. A beautiful, colorful wheel similar to what we're familiar with here in the Tuber Chat streams. And Chef CV is the creator behind this channel. First of all, she's going to help us make some interesting dishes and meals, but she's going to help us navigate the kitchen as well. There's the glorious wheel in real life right behind her there. And the Wheel of Misfortune is something that allows viewers to interact with and pick the ingredients, basically, that Chef CV is going to have to deal with. And then it makes for some really interesting meals, of course. So it's a great lesson in audience interaction, let's just say. 1,200, 1,300 views on some of the shorts videos on this channel, and then live streams over here as well. I mentioned the idea that Tim Mitchell's producing the videos over here. Here's a video. It's just under 10 minutes. I like watching things like this, but this is the story of how they met. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. And then the unofficial, official, off-topic squirrel. Squirrel's World will like that. She's changed her name. A Simple Family Life 2 is in the house. Good to see you here. And then hopefully you can still get in with your original channel, but it's up to you which one you want to use. They've got a second channel and a second intent with that, if that makes any sense. And then the unofficial, official off-topic squirrels, where we get a more behind-the-scenes look at Chef CV, the creator behind Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official. They might take us for an outdoor adventure. They might bring us back into the kitchen. They might bring us bowling or on other adventures, up to even 1,000 views on one of their shorts, which is great. And then live streams on the channel as well. So they do these once a month, and then on the Chef CV Munchie Mafia Official channel, they drop these every week. So we're going to go see that. We are usually live on Sundays every 3 weeks because we tend to stream every 3 days. The way the calendar works out means we hit every day of the week once every 3 weeks, if that makes any sense. But hopefully we'll catch one of these at some point. But for tonight, we're going to raid into the other channel. That'll give everybody a long amount of time today to be able to connect with other creators the same way we do here in Superchat.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I've got Judgment Day Mike Harper up on the screen. Thank you again, Tim Mitchell, for another handful of memberships. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Judgment Day Mike Harper and Izzy Pop both just dropped super chats, and I really do appreciate that as well. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, and Judgment Day Mike Harper's done that a million times before. So has Kaiser Gaming YT. That's actually Chris's Clever Craft with a special gaming channel. So we'll look at those in another second. And Judgment Day Mike Harper is going to bring us a bit of wrestling content and conversation and a lot of TV and movie reviews. I'm just going to grab the latest video. They put this out right before Tuber Chat today. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with the latest video that they've released, and then they've got shorts on their channel as well, a bit more random content throughout here. They've gotten into 1,500, 2,200 views, and then live streams on the channel. This is where we get a little bit more of the wrestling talk, but then a little bit more conversation about reviews, it looks like, as well. And then they've got a second channel, so Michael W. Harper is where we're going to learn about this creator a little bit more. Here they tend to go with DVDs and Blu-ray specific. I'm not sure if there's Blu-rays, but I say it anyway. DVD specific reviews of TV shows and movies. And obviously giving us a chance to find ideas for where we can get some of our favorite DVDs and things like that we might have missed in a budget-friendly way. And then shorts on this channel have gotten into 400 and almost 500 views. And then live streams on this channel as well. They've done a few of these as an experiment. We'll see if they're going to continue with those. They're literally at 99 subscribers right this second. I hope everybody will connect with Michael W. Harper if you haven't already. And like I said, this creator dropped a super chat. They've done it a million times before. Whenever somebody does that, their link is automatically dropped in the chat. But I'll give it to you one more time there, because we'd love to get this creator to their 100 right now. Somebody could be their 100th subscriber. We all know how important and exciting that is. And then we'd love to get them a few extras to keep that 100 locked in. And then Gloria's Platter, good to see you in the house. And then, hopefully, again, I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And it's time for us to look at Kaiser Gaming YT.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
And then Kaiser Gaming YT is, like I said, a gaming channel that comes to us from Chris's Clever Craft. There he is right there. You see him in some of the thumbnails. He's mixed up a lot of the gameplay here. Originally with a lot of Fortnite, he's mixed up a few different games. And this creator's monetized. Lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Working on 1,600 subscribers, which is great to see. It's been a while since they've posted a video on this channel, but they got shorts here into 10,000 views, which is great to see. Actually, you're a little bit early, Gloria's Platter. Break time isn't for another like 5 minutes. And then live streams on the channel featuring some Final Fantasy lately. Like I said, they mix up the gameplay videos. I think I'm just going to rerun a live stream replay here, literally because why not? This creator's already monetized, but we got to keep those watch hours up, so anything we can do to help each other's great. Forever Goshlin 3004, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And then Chris's Clever Craft. This is a guy who likes to work. He's been doing a lot of live streaming lately, and a lot of these live streams feature some indoor renovations. You get an idea of what he's been doing here, and he's always been known to be a hard worker. He's got an interesting property, and in his videos you'll get a look around. He'll bring us outdoors, he'll bring us indoors. Sometimes there's stories to be told, but a lot of do-it-yourself videos, an occasional product review. He might shout out another creator, and then he's got shorts on this channel as well. One of these is really moving. He's got into 1,500, 1,600, 3,200 on another one, and then 33,000 on one of these shorts videos, which is great to see. Plenty of live streams. He's been live streaming more than ever before, up to about a month ago. We'll see if that continues, but I got notification bells on for every single channel, of course. And Chris's Clever Craft is another creator who's been with us about 5 years as well, pretty much from the beginning of Superchat. And he supports all of my channels, as a matter of fact, both my personal channel and our copyright-free music channel here as well. 625 subscribers. We'd love to push him towards the 700. We know he must be thinking about. Tales Told in the Dark, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. And Mickey's Adventures is also in the house. Thank you for being here. Create and Relate is dropping a super chat, and thank you again, Kaiser Gaming YT and Chris's Clever Craft, for those. He's done that countless times before, and so has Create and Relate, but we'll have a look at that channel right this second. We'll get back to spinning the wheel shortly.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
This I saw this thumbnail come up recommended today, Create and Relate, and I wonder if you used an AI service to help with that title, or if you came up with that. I'm using AI for all that stuff now, of course, and usually what I'll do is I'll ask like ChatGPT for like 5 different titles and then mix and match some of the things. But I thought this was really cool. This is a way that I would expect somebody like Think Media or Daryl Leaves or Nick Nimmin to be doing this, which is great. So they've got a premiere coming up, and that's actually going to be tomorrow. I'll be out at work while you run that premiere, but I know there'll be fresh content as soon as I get home. And then Create and Relate is closing in on 600 subscribers, so they have to be excited. It's another milestone they're going to reach very soon. They got a lot of creativity on the channel, and you can read about it in the About section here, but they've done a lot of product reviews as well. This creator could go as far as to be almost making merchandise with some of the things that they do, and some of their product reviews are related to our YouTube journeys as well. They've got some lighting here. They've got more than one camera now. They've got like this hard drive and other things that we might consider for ourselves in between the creativity. And I believe diamond painting as well. And then here's a Temu haul. So they're mixing things up, but all around the same type of theme. And then shorts on this channel have gotten into 1,400 views, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. So up to a few months ago, they've been doing a handful of different live streams. We'll see if they're going to continue those, but I've got notification bells on for every single channel, of course. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. And hopefully everybody will connect with Create and Relate. And thank you again for another super chat. I really do appreciate the extra generous support. Like I said, they've done that countless times before. It's absolutely unnecessary, but always appreciated. And then... yes, thank you, Gloria's Platter. We're actually doing really well. Thank you, everybody, for the thumbs up today. We're at somewhere around 50. The number seems to change all the time, but I refresh frequently throughout the stream. I'm going to do that right now, as a matter of fact. I'm going to spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next. And Gloria's Platter says it's time for a break, so we're going to have to take one again. We'll go for 3.5 minutes, and right before we do that, I'm going to play another clip from our interview series. These are a couple of creators that were living in Ireland Zealand and moved to Australia about a year ago. And they share a little bit of information about that transition and the fact that they have a shorts channel as a complement to their original channel. We'll see what Danielle and James have to say about how to get 10,000 subscribers on their YouTube channel.
You mentioned the idea of shorts, so that gives me an opportunity to jump right into that. So, in every one of these interviews, I'm asking about opinions, about shorts, how we can get them to work for us. But you're the first creators that I'm talking to that have broken off into a shorts channel. I also noticed that you took the shorts off of the original channel. I'm assuming you uploaded the same ones over there, and now you have over 350 shorts on that channel. At last look, it was I think your fastest moving short video on the shorts channel, which is Unstable TV Shorts, has 22,000 views, and you're already at 768 subscribers. So the biggest thing that I think people are going to be wondering about that is, how do you feel about your decision to break your shorts off into their own channel?
So the reason we did it in the first place was because we felt like the shorts were distracting from our long form videos, because we were getting a lot of views and attention on the shorts. But while we were doing shorts and long form at the same time, it's kind of like the long form was pushed to the back.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So that's the reason why we split off into a shorts channel by itself. So we kind of use that for just, skits and memes and stuff, and then we use it for promotion videos for our main channel as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you said some of our highest viewed videos on the shorts channel, they are clips from our long form videos with the link in it to send it back. So we just kind of felt it didn't sit right with our channel to have it all together. So we said we'd try and split it and see if it worked.
Yeah, because when we first put them up, we had like you're saying about the YouTube algorithm and stuff, and when you're watching the metrics go up and down. When we start putting the shorts up, the videos that would usually go up and probably after a week they performed the way they done were pushed to the back.
Yeah.
But how we felt from how we were watching our analytics, for anyone watching, do make sure you check our analytics out regularly. It does help.
Yeah.
And there is a research tab as well, so check that out as well. It helps with your channel. Because you get an idea where your viewers are coming in and what they're researching as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just a tip for everyone. On the main channel, it didn't sit for us, but even scrolling up and down and how it looked, we didn't like it. But we used the shorts as kind of a voice, say things you can't really say on the main videos that might not go with YouTube's policies. We have a lot of fun with pranking each other and stuff like that. What we have noticed though with our shorts, anything to do with relationships or pranks wise, that skyrockets for us.
Wow.
Or if we do say a trend of meme, sometimes we might get something and sometimes not.
Yeah.
But we've learned that shorts really help us have them crazy ideas where you just get a bit wild when you're filming on YouTube and you're I want to do this, or maybe this might look funny. It's kind of to make ourselves laugh and then just go that direction with it and just come up with crazy stuff then.
right, we're just about back, and we are. I've cleared out the wheel a little bit there during that break. What I mean by that is I remove names of people we haven't seen in like half an hour or something like that. And I do it occasionally just so that we can get to more channels that are here in the chat. I know not everybody can be here for 3 hours every time we stream, or, you know, every 3 days and this and that. And I do appreciate every moment, but it helps us speed things up. So PK Adventure Travels is Ryan and Melinda, and they are bringing us a lot of travel-based content, actually from the perspective of travel agents. So they do quite a bit. They've got an interesting RV tour, it looks like right now, and they've done some RV camping, and they've given us a tour of theirs. Oh, so it looks like they've got quite a few of these. I haven't seen these. Yeah, they got members first content. We'll see if they're going to release those afterwards. But they also do a lot of cruising and other travel. And then Ryan actually has another series on the channel where he brings us travel news. And these are interesting videos because each video has a different type of story or circumstance that somebody has been through to give us a bit of a warning, let's just say. Things we might not think about when we're about to travel that can save real headaches, maybe even money. And then, yes, Butler Family Farm is usually here for the whole live stream. Yeah, I know not everybody can be. Same as myself. I'm out working. I know people have different obligations and this and that. Some people are lucky, able to be on YouTube. I was able to be on all the time for about 5 months, but now I'm taken away for my 40 hours a week or whatever it is. Gail Southern Living, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And then PK Adventure Travels is working on more travel news as we speak, as a matter of fact. Now, they've got another video here doing some camping. I'm going to take this video and put it into my catch-up list. That's that playlist we keep joking about that I use to keep or get caught up with creators. And they've got a premiere coming up. Actually, this is going to be a little bit later next month, but they put out a lot of content, as we can see. And then shorts on this channel have gotten into 11,000, 12,000 views. Live streams on the channel as well. I was lucky to be on a live stream with them just over a month ago with a handful of other travel channels and other YouTubers. And these creators are just going to give us a ton of information, but Ryan and Mel have a fantastic chemistry between them, and they do a really thorough job. Their channel and their videos are pure meat and potatoes. I don't know how they do it, because when you think about people doing a channel together, be it husband and wife or friends or, you know, other ideas, how some people are able to talk without running all over each other all the time. Because I do it. Everybody here knows I talk too much as it is. Trying to have a conversation with me in real life usually consists of me making conscious effort to stop talking for a moment to let other people get a word in edgewise. But PK Adventure Travels, they have a perfect chemistry between the two of them. The back and forth is fantastic. So I was taken away with this channel right away as soon as I watched their first ship tour. And you'll get more of that and everything else travel related. So hopefully everybody will connect with PK Adventure Travels. You notice Ryan's got another channel here called Ryan Parker Studios. That's already got 230 subscribers as well. So they've got new vlogs twice a month apparently. They got a few different things here. I'm just going to grab the latest video and I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That's that playlist I keep talking about. They got a premiere coming up here a couple weeks from now as well. And we'll see how Ryan is going to continue with this. A bit of focus on food, he says, in the About section there I see. And then a lot of live streams. We've talked about this where creators are doing things like giving us pleasing audio and visuals to enjoy while we connect. People trickle in and out of those types of live streams, but that's PK Adventure Travel. So hopefully everybody will connect with Ryan and Mel. And let's spin the wheel and we'll get another channel ready to go. I know Gail Southern Living came in. Thank you for being here. It was interesting. Somebody mentioned in the last live stream, and I'll never remember who it was, the idea that you have the Fall Fest 25 giveaway series of videos happening and put a rule on it about no premieres, right? Everybody's got to drop videos. I'd love to know what the reason why is. I could imagine, like, for instance, everybody's premieres crashing into each other. But I just would like to know, because it's another perspective, let's just say. Gail Southern Living has been with us from the beginning. She's probably been with us for 5 years, or at least 4. And she's got a few channels. She's done tons of collaborations. But she has really helped us with the idea of how to get some of these collaborations working. If you've ever in life tried to get a couple of people to agree on anything, you know how difficult it must be to get 70 different creators to agree on anything. But she's been doing a great job of this for years. I think the first year she did it was in 2022, but forgive me if I'm wrong about that. The Fall Fest 25 giveaway. I'm not sure if I said that right, but yeah, thank you for that. And tons of channels get involved. I know Blessed to Crochet is in with that on both of her channels. And thank you, Gloria's Platter, our dear friend. And then, yes, again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And Timmy the Racing channel is up on the screen right now.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
Yeah, I am Betty J. Gathers. You're absolutely right. I tend to lean towards the idea of premiering most of the time. It depends on the video. We always have to make the right decision for ourselves. So I'll show you an example. Now we'll see if I actually pull this off, but I haven't dropped a lot of content lately, but I got quite a bit coming up. I've got a new phone that's going to be delivered maybe tomorrow. I'll get on the review and or unboxing of it and setup and all that like I usually do. It's a special phone called the Solana Seeker, which just has to do with crypto and everything else, but it's an Android phone. But my intention is that because people will be searching really heavily for that term right now, not everybody, but people who are interested in Solana and interested in that phone, and I've been known for tech reviews before, right? Some of my best performing videos are tech reviews. I should do well with that video. We'll see. Time will tell. We never really know. What I'm going to do, though, is as soon as I get the phone, or as soon as I can, I'm going to unbox and set it up. Easy stuff, right? Then when I'm going to put it up so that it has at least a week to percolate in the system. I literally want my 7 days, right? So I'll probably put it up not this week, but next Saturday. That video for sure I will premiere, but my intention is that I will do a live stream before the premiere. I'll do a vertical live stream with that phone, so that I can say, look, we're doing a Solana Seeker quality check. Let's see what this phone is like for streaming. Because there's only about 150,000 of them out there. It's not like 100 million, right? So there won't be a lot of people who've streamed with it, and certainly not in Niagara Falls, where I am. So I'll be able to catch that a bit. And it's a spectacular place to do a test live stream, let's say. It's just a gimmick, but you know what I mean. I'll do the live stream raiding into the premiere of the unboxing, and then I'll go back into another live stream that will be horizontal, because by then it'll be like most of our YouTube friends that are here. I just want the extra push from the vertical stream in the beginning. So forgive my long speech, everybody, but I'll give you an example. That kind of video I would premiere. But there could be videos, like I used to do a lot of music. I was a DJ and this and that. I just found a couple of more mixes that I've done where the mix is probably an hour long, right? And I wonder, like, should I premiere it? Because I know some people will help and like hang out, but I don't know how many people want to sit there for an hour listening to something that I did 10 years ago, or whatever. So I consider that, right? So some videos get dropped. When I do that, I'll do them on Saturdays at 9 a.m. to catch the traffic all the way through the weekend. But if I premiere, I'll do it usually at noon, maybe a little bit later, like Saturday afternoon, so that I can catch the traffic going all the way up. So I'll aim that specifically. But premieres can get a really good head start. So I'm a big fan of premieres. I do them on almost every channel that I have touched or run over the years. Now I just have my own, but still intend to do that. And we'll see. And then Timmy the Racing Channel up on the screen right now is an enthusiastic creator, probably responsible for us receiving dozens, if not hundreds, of thumbs up because of his energetic and friendly reminders. Timmy the Racing Channel is going to bring us a lot of speed, as you could guess, on a lot of these shorts videos, but there are only shorts to see here. So what I would recommend from everybody is to take one of these to watch right away and actually follow it up with another couple, because it's the same 3 minutes that we would have spent, right? But it gives the opportunity for YouTube to see that we cared enough that they'll likely keep our subscription active. And, I always talk about the minimums here, like watching a 3-minute video, but we can always watch more. We can always run more videos in a playlist and things like that to do as much as we possibly can for each other. But Timmy the Racing Channel is going to bring us some spiritual inspiration in the other videos here as well. And Timmy the Racing Channel is somebody who's been here for every live stream for, I think, several months now, actually. And I appreciate all their enthusiasm and energy. So let's spin the wheel. Wheat's Art is coming up.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
So Wheat's Art is here, and this creator actually has a couple of channels for us to see as well. We know them as Wheat and Shaw, but here they're featuring art that they're making, and I'm just going to grab the latest video. This one looks a little bit different. I'll put this into my catch-up list to see what they've come up with. You get an idea of the different kind of art that they're making here, but shorts really spell that out, especially when I hit the popular tab and see that some of these are starting to get into 1,300 views, 3,000 views as well, and then live streams on the channel. So this creator's dropping the same kind of live streams primarily that I was talking about, where we can trickle in and out and connect with each other while they're running. Lots of creators are doing that. It's really a way to chase watch hours. Drunken Chef Barbecue is in the house, and it's good to see you here. That's the same creator from Maciel Family Adventures. The Source is in the house. And it's always somebody's going to talk about the Source in every stream, of course, because they have been so unbelievably supportive to everyone. And Radio Jonesy's in the house. I got the Source and Radio Jonesy on the wheel. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. Oh, Just Jason Keto says their personal experience is not to post anything on their channel immediately after a premiere because they want the premiere to be the only current content on the channel. That's funny. You give me something to think about there. Yeah, you give me something to think about. Maybe I might even change my opinion. So it's funny, I say all the time, and I was talking to Kristen about this earlier today, the idea that I don't want to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't do. We're not actually teaching here. We're just sharing information so that everybody can make the right decision for their own channels. I've been on YouTube 8 years. I've run many channels. I've amassed over 100,000 subscribers between a lot of different channels, not on one by itself, let's just say. Now I only run my own channels. I don't touch anybody else's channels right this second. But that gives you a lot of experience, right? 1,000 live streams, probably 1,000 videos or close to it, I'm not sure. And then, but I still mention the idea that I learn from creators with channels of all sizes every single day. So Just Jason Keto, even just now, he's been a friend of many years. I've met up with him in real life. He only lives a couple hours away from me, actually, in Canada. But his thought about not interfering with the premiere once it drops might be a consideration. I got to think about that. But I really do appreciate that, of course. And then, hopefully I'm not missing anybody. Yeah, the watch hours we got to keep on top of. I got to get into the music channel and see where we are there. I'm terrified that I haven't looked at it in a while. And I'm hoping to get some more music out. The AI systems are not at the level I wish they were to be able to bring the music that I want to bring on our copyright-free music channel. It's not as easy as just like, I know we can go into Suno, put a bunch of words in, and it'll just make you a song. I really want something specific. I'm probably overthinking it, but I want the music to match what we've already got. Maybe we'll expand afterwards. But the AI systems, including Suno, are just, they're spitting things out so fast that you're not able to customize as much as I wish. They're incredible, way better than I would have thought they'd be by this time in our lives. But yeah, I'd like to experiment a little bit more before I get anything out. But I do have to look at the music channel and decide what we're going to do with that soon. Yeah, that's interesting. Jesse Journals and Unboxes has something specific coming up tomorrow. Oh, and then, yeah, Just Jason Keto says the live stream definitely slowed it down. What I might do then is set it up and have the live stream set for a couple days later so that the premiere still dumps people into the live stream, basically, right, to give it that little beginning, but not actually do it for a couple of days. Yeah, that might be an idea. We'll have to see. Wheaton Shaw is the creator behind Wheat's Art. Hopefully everybody will connect with him here. It's a lot of random content, but obviously a dynamic creator. I'm sure you'll find the content entertaining. And then when we get over to shorts, we see that this creator's gotten into 4,800, 5,100. There's a little bit of the art over here as well. That likely prompted them to break off into the second channel. Lots of live streams over here, and this is another creator that does a good job of keeping up with the chat. I think you can see that by the presentation and the rollovers there. Let me spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
And then Just Jason Keto, speak of the devil, is up on the screen right now. Radio Jonesy, I hope I said hello. I've got you on the wheel right now. And then Just Jason Keto, like I said, is a fellow Canadian. You see the Canadian maple leaf there, if you want to call it that. He's always going to inspire us on the way into the channel with a banner. He's changed it up many times. He's changed up his branding a little bit, but always something inspiring to start with. This creator is going to help us with healthy eating, healthy living, especially when we're thinking about a keto-based diet or lifestyle. And Just Jason Keto has got his own story behind why he does this kind of content and why keto is a part of his life. So I'd recommend anybody to connect with him to hear what that is all about, because everybody, has different reasons for everything. I know that goes without saying, but Just Jason Keto has a really compelling reason for wanting to have energy and be feeling as good as he does being on a keto-based diet or lifestyle. And like I said, I've hung out with him a few times, so in person I've been able to see how this creator's been affected by this, and he literally wants to just share information. Literally the idea is if he could help one person, it would make the whole thing worth it. And I know he's helped a lot more than that. When we look at the channel, we see a lot of recipes, a lot of product reviews. He's very known for these chaffles. He's probably done 100 of these recipes alone, but he's got tons of other recipes for different ideas for snacks and parts of meals and things like that. He can help us actually stretch a few things a little bit farther. You'll have to get to the channel to see what on earth I'm talking about, but we often see products that are marketed towards people looking for healthy alternatives in the grocery stores and health food stores. He can help us make sense of the ingredients and understand how they're truly going to affect us when we're thinking about a keto-based diet or lifestyle. He does traditional product reviews as well, like a barbecue here he'll revisit every year. He's got a vacuum sealing thing here. He talks about the Dash Minis that he makes the chaffles with, and an air fryer, and many other things. He brings some random content on the channel to mix things up, like if he takes a trip to another city, or he might head out hundreds of miles away to get some more informative content. He's got lots of friends on the channel. Lots of guests have joined him, both in videos and live streams, to share their information, their life experiences, tips, tricks, trials, and tribulations. So Rockin' Coach Amy is here. Kendra from Consume the Goodness is here. He's got many other guests. He live streams every single week. My assumption is he's going to be on again this week. And he tends to stream every Thursday at 7:30 Eastern. It could be Jason himself keeping up with the chat and giving us a chance for some Q&A, or he could have a guest giving us a little bit of an expanded viewpoint, if that makes any sense. And then this creator as well might mix things up once in a while. He's done a homestead hangout and introduced us to a few other fellow YouTubers in a StreamYard panel, or he's done a few cook-along live streams, even with a multicam setup, as you see there. So hopefully everybody will connect with Just Jason Keto. You're going to see he's got some interesting shorts over here. They give us a hint about healthy looking or grilling shorts, getting into 4, 5, and 6,000 views. One at 22,000, and I've seen that one. It's entertaining, I promise you, and worth a watch. So I hope everybody will connect. And then Just Jason Keto just took a trip to the other side of the country, actually out west, and he has got a lot of footage to go through, and will likely be bringing us more highlights from that trip as well. And then thank you, Butler Family Farm. And then thank you, Gail Southern Living. So Fall Fest 25 starts tomorrow. Anybody who's heard us talk about Fall Fest over the years, that's a collaboration put on by Gail Southern Living, and she's gotten up to 70 channels in different years collaborating. There's almost 40 channels this year getting together to make videos, and I'll leave it to you to follow Gail Southern Living to see what it's all about. But she gets dozens and dozens of people together every year. And like I said, as far as I know, she's been doing this for at least the 3rd year in a row. And forgive me if I missed your answer earlier. Outgoing Azzy, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And Chocolate Drop is coming up in a second.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up, or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
This creator has gone through just a small name change here. It's Chocolate Drop, but this is somebody who's been a friend for many years. They're now over 1,700 subscribers. I had mostly known this creator for giving us CVS tours and hauls, let's just say, and then a lot of cooking videos. I've caught this creator many times in the kitchen, especially in live streams, cooking up literally a storm over here. She does a great job of keeping up with the chat while she's doing it too, but she's always smiling, always laughing, usually got other people around as well. And then I see I've been missing a few of these. Hopefully I'll catch another one soon. I got notification bells on for every channel, of course. And forgive me, yeah, Gail Southern Living, 4 years of the Fall Fest collaboration, which is great to see. It's Chocolate Drop has got shorts on the channel as well. We'll get a little more random content, lots of cooking and baking here. 13,000, 51,000 views on one of these, which is great to see. And this creator will always be smiling and laughing. I believe they're doing that even when they're in the chat behind the scenes here. And lots of talking to other creators, especially on this cruise, that makes me fully jealous. But they brought us quite a bit of content from there as well. They're working on 1,800 subscribers. We'd love to push them a little bit closer to that milestone, and they've got a little bit of information on their About section as well to let us know about the different interests we're going to find on the channel. Singing, I got to catch you for. Couponing is a great idea, of course. And then the crazy plant lady, she says. So I got to catch more gardening from this creator. Target Prime Rib, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And then I Am Betty J Gathers is coming up.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Superchat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
Look at that thumbnail. My dear goodness. I Am Betty J Gathers is up on the screen right now. There's another creator who's always smiling, always laughing, sometimes dancing around. And I Am Betty J Gathers is essentially living her best life over 60. This creator brings us a lot of vlogging, which means she brings us into her home and into her life. She takes us out on the road, and she brings us inspiration and motivation as well. She's another dynamic host, obviously, who is doing a spectacular job when it comes to keeping up with the chat when she live streams, even when she's got guests, which is frequent. Sometimes it's I Am Betty J Gathers herself, but she's actually been inspired to do a series of interview style conversations, of which I was a part. For that I'm grateful, of course. We got a chance for an hour and a half to talk about YouTube and our friendship and moderators and all the different things that we think about when we're talking YouTube. I hope everybody will go and rewatch that. But I Am Betty J Gathers has been another dear friend that's been with us almost from the beginning. Mod6510 Models, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Yes, I think you were on earlier today, if I'm right. Forgive me, I couldn't get in there, but I think you were going right around the time I was eating dinner, if that makes any sense. Mod6510 Models is another. We actually saw a clip from him today, another one of the creators that was featured in our interview series and happens to be a member, so I've got him on the wheel right now. I Am Betty J Gathers is also a member and a beloved and dedicated moderator, working on 3,300 subscribers now, so we'd love to push her a little bit farther towards that milestone. She's actually been known to put out shorts, probably 365 in a row, many more. She continues shorts frequently today, getting into 13,000 and 15,000 views on some of them. One of the notable things I mentioned is the idea that this creator's got 7, 8, 9, and 10,000 views on some of these, with featuring the creator herself. So hopefully everybody will connect with her. We'd like to push her towards the 3,300 she's thinking about. I see Nesha Antoinette coming in. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Matt and Mouse is here. And thank you for coming in, more fellow Canadians. They were part of that Homestead Hangout I was talking about from Just Jason Keto. And then SK Sports Talk, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Mod6510 Models is actually dropping a super chat, and it's so funny because the clip I played earlier was of Mod6510 Models talking about why he does that kind of thing. I appreciate it, of course, but it's a way of giving back after he's found a certain level of success on YouTube. So what we'll do right now, we're going to take another break for 3.5 minutes, but I'm actually going to play another clip from Mod6510 Models, and then we'll talk about his channel before we go on that break. We'll see what he has to say about how to get 10,000 subscribers.
Well, thank you for that. So it's interesting that we're talking about shorts already. We've got a lot to go over today. But since you've mentioned it, that's one thing that I was planning to ask, is the idea that you can give us, regardless of, you know, a lot of people are going to have different opinions about whether shorts are helpful. Some creators have broken off into separate shorts channels and things like this. But in your experience, now going through what you have with shorts, what advice can you give to somebody just in the beginnings of their YouTube journey before their 10,000 subscribers, so that they can have the best chance of making shorts work for them as opposed to against them?
So ultimately, you've got to have a passion in what you're doing. There's no point in, say, I'm going to do videos on fixing cars when you have no idea on how to fix cars.
Yes.
Okay. I am more shocked at what people are willing to sit there and watch than actually do it. I did over the Christmas period, I was given a huge model to build and I live streamed it. It's not quite finished yet. I've still got another day on it. So it'll be another like 8 years. So I was basically doing 4 to 6 hour live streams of building this
Wow.
kit. And people were turning up every day, having me in their background or in the background, watching me and listening to me while I was effing and jeffing at this kit. You know what I mean? And if they've got a passion for what you're doing, they're more likely going to watch that passion from you and push. So if you are going to set up a YouTube channel today, if your passion is walking, record it.
Yes.
But make sure that you envelop and make sure that what you're saying and what you put in the video is aimed at the audience. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. When I do a YouTube video, I don't think I'm talking to 50,000 viewers.
Yes.
I'm talking to one person.
Right.
So if you create a video of your passion, make it personal that you're talking to that one person that's watching you. If you see what I mean, you are just talking to one person. So create the video for your best friend. So he's going to say, and people will become endowed by that. They'll listen to that because you'll be like their friend as well. So that's my one tip, I think, is to make sure that you make the videos not personal in your life, personal about what's on the footage,
yes,
and that you're making that video for your best friend.
Right. That's great advice too.
Yeah.
Each person, yes, is looking through their own set of eyes, regardless of who they're with.
Yeah.
So that's another interesting bit of information from Mod 6510 Models. And this creator is the second in the series, but he actually inspired the idea behind the series. He's been with us from the beginning as well, about 5 years, and has been instrumental in helping with things like the way we swap playlists with each other, the way that we connect with 3-minute videos, leaving comments. We have done tons of experiments. He has done tons of experiments to make sure that everybody has the best information for how to connect and how to keep those connections. And his channel still continues today. Look at this. He's hit 30,000 subscribers. I'll bet that most people don't know this, but on YouTube, you used to have 30,000 subscribers to have memberships unlocked. Can you imagine what things must have been like that day? We wouldn't have even been thinking about it, and he would have just got there by now. Thank goodness YouTube changes. I'm not going to say we all agree with every change that they make. Some of it's frustrating, and some of it doesn't work the way we wish. But Mod 6510 Models has been here for many years as well. He's seen a lot of the changes and has been a dear friend all the way along. Now, Mod 6510 Models, of course, is monetized. Lots of ways to support him or thank him for what he's done here on this channel when you get over there with super chats and memberships and everything else. What he's going to do is help people become a better scale modeler by talking about a lot of the scale model companies, tools, tips and tricks and techniques that come along when we're thinking about scale models. I've done plenty of these, usually more as a younger lad, to be honest with you, but it's interesting to see the community that he's been able to build. Sometimes he's got a StreamYard panel full of, it's full. There's 10 different people on there at a time talking and sharing knowledge and sharing information and helping each other. And he does a lot of work on the bench as well, where you can literally see him getting into the tool tools, getting into the techniques. He's got shorts on the channel as well. There's the workbench right there, getting into 26,000, 48,000, 98,000 views. I hope everybody will go, and when you see things like this, when somebody's so close to a milestone, I hope you'll go and hit that video. I'll show you an example right now. I'm just going to hit it right now. I'm not going to run it yet, but what I'm going to do is go into my browser bar here, and I'm just going to change the word shorts to the word watch, because if enough people give this video just that little tiny bit of a push, maybe it'll be enough for YouTube to give it another upswing towards that 100,000, because it's got to be exciting to think about that. Now I'm going to take the video and save it into my catch-up list, so 100% for sure I'll get that run, and it's just a minute long, so it's perfect. And when we look at Mod 6510 models, like I said, this is a creator who has helped and been instrumental in the way that we do things on this channel. He's been here the whole time. He does a lot of live streaming. He's got a bit of members only content, but like I said, you'll see a grid full of other people with him, some creators, some influencers, and lots of friends talking modeling and other things as well. Cruising on the high seas and travel. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I said we were going to take a break, so let's see where we're at here. I need to spin the wheel, and then we'll go for 3.5 minutes. We'll come right back after that, and I will clean up the wheel a little bit and get another name added from our chat list. So In the Middle of a Forest is coming up. All right, we're looking at another channel. This is Carnivore Jerry. They've changed their name a couple of times. In the Middle of a Forest is the name of the channel now. They've got a series called Jerry After Dark that we can look forward to. These are live streams. We'll look at those in a moment. This creator's given us a real insight into their personal life. They're bringing us into their home by the look of it, taking us and taking us on the road as well. Pardon me. This creator's given us a small amount of information on their About section. I'm just going to grab the latest video. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That's that playlist I keep talking about that I use to keep or get caught up with creators. We got shorts over here that have gotten into 22,000 views, one at 100,000 and another one at 143,000, which is great to see. And then when we look at this creator, we see Jerry After Dark has already started. So we'll see if they're going to continue with these. It looks like it. And hopefully I'll catch you for some of these live streams. I'm not sure how many times I've caught you live. Have I not caught you for a live stream yet ever? Yeah, we'll have to see what's up with that. I got notification bells on for every single channel. Now, I know when people are going to do a live stream, you can't sit there and message every single person that you wish would come into your stream. But anybody can reach out to me anytime, whether it's Instagram, where I usually hang out all day, or Facebook plenty of the time, and Twitter occasionally as well. And then especially if you have something special coming up, like a milestone or a anniversary or your monetization celebration, because most people do that as well. Yes, the catch-up list. That was named by Ghostly Winds. They changed their name a couple of times. The Ghostly Winds from Australia came up with that, and I think it's a lot of fun. So hopefully everybody will connect within the Middle of a Forest, and let's spin the wheel. We'll move a little bit quicker now. We still got almost an hour to go. I got plenty of time for plenty channels. I cleaned up the wheel a little bit. I got Palazzo Place and Yellow Shirt Dad on there, and then Canadian Family Life from New Brunswick is coming up. They were in Ontario for a week. We'll see if they've got some content by any chance. I know they were busy, but we'll see what they got. The latest video, I just watched this one, another food bank haul. They're known for these videos and a lot of cooking and baking. This is Tiffany. She gets the whole family involved in the channel, actually. Her husband, Chris, has his own channel called Chris's Creation Fun. But Canadian Family Life is also going to bring us product reviews. They've got an impeccable container garden. They show us how they maintain that. They do a lot of shout outs for other creators, and they've got Happy Meal videos on the channel. I think one of the reasons why this was one of the fastest growing channels in the Tuber Chat family that we've seen, she got to her first 3,000 subscribers within just barely a year, or just over. I believe that that is for a couple of reasons. First of all, Tiffany was collaborating with tons of other channels. I used to see her on dozens of other live stream panels on other channels and things like that, even before they brought out the idea, I think, of us being able to split it into other people's channels. Does a bit of live streaming herself as well. The whole family gets involved. She does them occasionally, but she also is unbelievably supportive. So not only here in Tuber Chat as a beloved and dedicated moderator, but I run into her probably every day supporting somebody in a premiere or live stream chat. She can go live whenever she wants, and she'll have a flood of support in the chat. Tons of channels will come in because of the support that she gives to other people as well. And then Darlene's Garden and Home. So what I believe truly is anybody can get monetized that wants to. You know, the only exception is like trolls and people using their powers for bad, let's just say. But in the case of everybody here in this community, absolutely everybody who wants to get monetized gets there. A lot of people start their channel without the intent of getting monetized, and the idea is kind of like, oh, well, you know, if YouTube wants to pay me to do it, I'll take it. And then it becomes something that's a little more motivating happening later on. And then people are like, yeah, well, you think about the good that you could do with the money that comes in. Some people need it for lifestyle and bill paying and treat it as a side hustle. Some people have businesses they use for it, and some people use the money for different things, right? It doesn't matter. There's 50 million different reasons to do it. But with this community, this mindset, and these friends willing to help and support and literally push each other's channels, anybody that wants to get monetized can get there for sure. And then Canadian Family Life has got some shorts out here. We see some outdoor content in New Brunswick. They bring us into their home, of course, a million times as well. But they've gotten into 2,900, 4,600, 5,600 views on some of these shorts videos. And this channel's monetized, Tiffany says, without intent, actually. And that can happen for channels as well. You can just start making content, find yourself getting to the point of monetization just from the activity on YouTube alone. We're going to look at the source right now, which is somebody who's going to help us with our YouTube journeys.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
Yeah, cruising on the high season travel is Rob, another fellow Canadian, actually. He's only a couple hours away from me as well. But that's another creator who's very active. He's collaborating with a lot of people in live streams, dropping videos frequently as well. The watch hours will come, 100% for sure. They will. It just takes its time. One of the things we often forget is it depends on how long we've been on YouTube. But if you started more than a year ago, watch hours only count over the last 365 days. Whatever videos or views you had 360 days ago, the views will the watch hours will disappear. So often what happens for creators is even though you're gaining more than you're losing, you are losing a little bit every day, and it makes it feel a little bit harder. A lot of people make a big deal about the date. Am I going to make it before the day? And it really doesn't make a difference in my opinion, because you either get there or you don't, but you're just going to keep going until you're monetized anyway. But eventually we get there. And then the source is up on the screen right now. This is a creator that's bringing a lot of random content. They give us a look into their life as well. But the source is somebody who started coming into the Superchat family, I'm guessing 6 months ago. It might be longer than that now. For the life of me, I can't forget. I'm going to try to figure it out by looking at videos right now. See when the first red line is 5 months. Oh, goodness. Yeah, we got to probably 6 months there. Pretty close. Yeah, 6. But either way, not that that matters. This creator is bringing a lot of random content, but actually one of the things that they're known for, the second that they came into the Superchat family approximately 6 months ago, they started sending friends over here right away. And I would be surprised to know that if not in every single stream since they have found us, we've gotten at least one brand new friend just from the source, which is great because I've heard the kind things that they say about this community. They're here with us frequently, like right now, always enthusiastic, always inspiring and motivating. But this creator actually brings a lot of themselves into the channel as well. They'll help us with our YouTube journey with a lot of information. They got a couple of shorts here now and tons of live streams where they literally want to help people with a similar system to what we've got going on here, the support wheel, where they talk about other channels. And they've done a ton of interviews as well. These 5 question series of interviews give you a chance to be introduced to some of their most supportive supporters and creators, if that makes any sense. The source is now working on 2,600 subscribers. They're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there, and they just gifted a membership. So thank you for the extra generous support. I certainly appreciate it. Absolutely unnecessary, but appreciated in every case. And the source has done things like that plenty of times before as well. Next, we're going to look at Butler Family Farm. And I also see that Jay's Homestead Adventure has come into the chat. So I'm going to put them on the wheel.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
And then Butler Family Farm is up here with well over 110,000 subscribers now. So I've been mistaken. I've been talking about this channel for the last few months, and I don't know why I was saying that over the last few months they've gained their 100,000. It actually took about a year. So they got close to 10,000 and started using the YouTube promotion system about a year ago, and that's a legitimate way to advertise your channel and videos for the purpose of growing it faster. And Butler Family Farm says they'll share information with anybody that wants to know about it. Before you're going to do it, I would talk to a few creators, see how they feel about it, decide if you want to do that kind of thing. But Butler Family Farm now, I'll show you in the latest live stream, you see their oh, I can't show you the rollover. It's not going to show. They've got their play button, though. So spoiler alert, when you go to their channel, you'll see it behind them. They live stream every Monday at 6:45 Eastern. And sometimes it's Jerry and Susan just giving us a chance to get to know them. Sometimes they're on the road, like for the Cruise in Alaska project, where they just took a cruise. And I just watched one of the videos today. I don't know which one it was. I'll see on the front page here. This one here. And beautiful views they were giving us while they were on that cruise, which is great to see. But Jerry got a ton of footage, Jerry and Susan together, and they've got plenty of videos for us to watch here, including the Cruise in Alaska project. So if you've ever thought about an Alaskan cruise, now we got a few friends that have put that content out for us. And then thank you, Tim Mitchell. We're actually going to be raiding into their live stream in just over half an hour. Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official will go live and we'll raid in there so everybody can keep connecting. Florida Claimers Ted, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. They happen to be a member as well. I'll get Florida Claimers Ted onto the wheel right this second. He's been a longtime dear friend. Did I see you on somebody else's live stream yesterday? Was that right? Did I see Ted? Did I see the face of Florida Claimers Ted for the first time? I think. And then Butler Family Farm, part of me, is Jerry and Susan. Now, they get 116 acres of farmland to share with us, including livestock, cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, cats, dogs. They bring us into the kitchen. Jerry brings us into the shop for some woodworking as well, which is really impressive and actually spectacular in my opinion. They've got bees and koi on the farm now. They're making their own honey. They make tons of their own stuff. They do a lot of homesteading style content. You can imagine 116 acres is a lot to look after. They got shorts on the channel as well, getting into 10,000 and 12,000 views, 53,000 on one of them, and then live streams on the channel as well. And like I said, they're live every Monday at 6:45 Eastern. Sometimes they got a StreamYard panel full of guests. Sometimes they're out on the road at different large meetups with other creators live streaming. And then sometimes they're at home giving us a chance to catch up and get to know them. And then Kyle Vlogs is in the house. Good to see you here. And I'll spin the wheel.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
Yes, Butler Family Farm has bees making the honey for them. Absolutely. It's not Jerry and Susan, it's the bees that make the honey, and then they can just collect it, which is still a wonderful idea, and I'm glad to know that you're doing it. And we've got a few friends that do that. Bella's Whisper Farmstead. Kristen has bees. I forget who else might have bees. I feel like there's at least one more channel. The Stock Explorer is up on the screen right now. This is Nora, another beloved and dedicated moderator and member who's been with us from the beginning, about 5 years by now, working on 2,500 subscribers. They'll likely have that very soon. The Stock Explorer started by talking about finance, particularly stocks, a little bit of crypto, and they do it in a level-headed and down-to-earth way. They talk about their own portfolio, their stock plays, and they actually give a lot of alpha to especially members, but they post a lot of this on their community page, and they share for other people as well. You see that. Thank you for that Tuber Chat share, by the way. And then the Stock Explorer is posting lots of different videos now. They've added a lot of variety into the channel over the years. So they often have product in hand. I've seen them go as far as to invest in a stock, order a product from the company, unbox that product in a live stream, let's say. And the Stock Explorer started adding lottery ticket scratching to their channel a few years ago. Now it's a big part of what they do in a lot of their live streams. And the Stock Explorer has got a series called Scratching with Strangers. And what they do is they literally meet people for the first time, scratch lottery tickets with them while they listen to interesting stories and engage with the people they're talking to. They got shorts over here as well. Nora's been known to bring pure variety into the shorts videos. Some of these have gotten into 4,600 views now, one at 15,000, which is great to see, and that one still gets views. We know that because we've been following it a long time. Rocky Top Sports Talk, good to see you here. The Stock Explorer is monetized. Lots of ways to support Nora, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Plenty of live streaming. Florida Claimers Ted is over with them all the time. They do some lottery ticket scratch battling on the channel in between the stock talk, or a chance to get to know Nora. And this is another dear friend. All the moderators on this channel are dear friends of mine and dear friends of each other. They all have different channels and they all do different things. But one of the things that they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. And for that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres or live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members for your own channel, the same way we do here in Tuber Chat. And then Tropical Buzz is another channel from Nora, the Stock Explorer. This channel's got 302 subscribers right now. It looks like they've got that 300 locked in, but we'd love a few more subscribers if anybody hasn't connected over here. And this is where Nora's going to help educate us about plant life, some of which is already there, some of which they're going to grow themselves. They happen to be in Florida, so they've got plenty of opportunity to bring plenty of different things. They got shorts on the channel as well, and these are starting to move into 600 and beyond 700 views, which is great to see. So that's Nora, the Stock Explorer. Hopefully everybody will connect with her and check out both of those channels. And then P&J's Homestead Adventure, Paula and Jason are coming up.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
Oh, let's see if this is something else. Start a poll for Jody Genealogy right here. I don't know if anybody will find this interesting. So I love pizza. I believe I love pizza more than anybody else loves pizza. And I used to think lasagna was my favorite food, but I've had a lot more pizza than I've ever had lasagna, even though I love it. Italian food is always my favorite. But Jody Genealogy just mentioned that they might be eating a veggie pizza right now. When I myself order pizza, I usually get a whole thing. It doesn't matter how much I expect to eat. I usually order a whole pizza and then I bring it home and I'll have it for the next day's lunch and, this and that kind of thing. And then when I'm out though and I'm just grabbing a slice, because I'm hungry or I need something right away, I almost always grab 2. So first of all, I can stress everybody out and tell you that I often get Hawaiian pizza. We call it Hawaiian pizza in Canada, and I believe it consists of ham. Is it ham, bacon, and pineapple? I think is on it, right? And then sometimes I'll just get a pepperoni slice, but I almost always get 2 different ones. And very often I'll get something that's got either a meat lover's thing or a variety of stuff and a veggie slice as well, just for the flavor of all the different things. And so I thought I'd put that in the chat and see who all here is a fan of veggie pizza. So I hope you'll engage in that poll. And then, yes, cruising on the high season travel. For most channels, free memberships are available, and you get two sets of 5. You get a total of 10 to give out every month. Some channels, apparently, which are brand channels, which YouTube used to force us into, which I don't understand anymore why they would have done that if they take things away. But they used to force channels to have brand accounts, and apparently those channels can't give the free memberships. But most creators do. You just have to decide what's right for your channel, whether you want to give those away or not. I could see people having different opinions both ways. You guys are too much, The Source and Palazzo Place. I appreciate the kind words. You're making me laugh, though. Crafty Witch 232. I know I didn't say hello, but I saw you come into the chat. I did put you on the wheel right away. P&J's Homestead Adventure. Paula and Jason is up here with another homesteading channel. They've been with us a few years now. Incredibly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters. I can't believe I'm already behind 4 videos over the last month, but I'm going to take the second latest one because this one's a few minutes longer. Every minute matters when we're thinking about monetization, let's just say. So I'll put that video into that catch-up list that Tim Mitchell and many creators joke about because it's got such a silly but fun name. I use that playlist to keep caught up or get caught up with channels. P&J's Homestead Adventure will bring us a lot of outdoor content, but they bring us indoors as well. A lot of what we expect from homesteading channels. They give you more information on their About section, like the fact that they're in New York State, which means they can give us all 4 seasons worth of content. And then shorts on this channel have gotten into 2,000, 2,600 views, and then live streams on the channel as well. They did one as an experiment a while back. We'll see if they're going to continue those. We got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we possibly can for each other. Yeah, could you imagine The Source? Actually, Kristen made homemade pizza not too long ago again. I don't know what she does to it, why it's so good, but it really is. And then Florida Claimers Ted is coming up right now. We'll see what he's got going on.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
And then Florida Claimers Ted is up on the screen. Could you see, I'm not in the state, so I can't win the Powerball lottery, right? But could you imagine somebody winning the Powerball lottery and then when they say, well, what are you going to do with the money? And your answer is, I'm going to buy the world a Coke and a pizza to go along with it. Because I think for $1.5 billion, you might be able to. I'm not sure about that. We'll have to calculate that out. But that is an enormous amount of pizza. Heaven, in my opinion. But Florida Claimers Ted is up on the screen as well. This is another longtime dear friend. They collaborate with Nora from the Stock Explorer and other people frequently. Florida Claimers Ted does a lot of not only lottery ticket scratching, but scratch battling as well. And this is what I was talking about with the Stock Explorers channel. I'm just going to grab the latest video from a month ago. I'll put that into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to get caught up the smallest amount. Florida Claimers Ted, I was surprised to know how we have a few things in common, as a matter of fact. But they've been a longtime friend now with us for many years, probably 4 years. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 4,000, 5,000 views almost, 26,000. On another one, which is great to see, and then live streams on the channel as well, and their live streams are always very lively, if that's the right word, and sometimes they're lottery ticket scratching or scratch battling, and then a lot of times they do panels where everybody can hang out and just have conversation and things like that. They do those frequently, so hopefully everybody will connect with Florida Claimers Ted. We'd love to push them towards the 2,100 subscribers that we know that they're thinking about. And then we will spin the wheel. Poetic Tears is in the house. Yellow Shirt Dad is coming up. We're going to take one more break for today. And what we'll do, we'll go for 3.5 minutes. And then we'll come right back. And we're going to look at Yellow Shirt Dad when we get back. But first, we're going to see what Edna's World has to say about how to get 10,000 subscribers on your YouTube channel.
So, Edna, thank you for all of this. You mentioned comments earlier quickly, and that's one of the things that comes up in every interview. Of course, we're going to talk about likes, views, subs, and everything else, but comments are a very important part of our interaction with our audience. So what can you tell us in your experience of 8 years now about how to entice more comments on your video shorts and streams?
I can't remember who told me this, but years ago somebody told me, I think I was watching like somebody that I always watched, and one of the things that they said to grow your channel was to always give your audience a job to do.
Okay.
Always give them a call to action, because that's going to keep the people engaged. So if I'm talking about cruising, you know, and then you just kind of have to know how to just ease it into your sentence. So
Okay.
it's like, you know, thanks for watching. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. But then also, if I'm talking about a specific thing, like the slot pool, I'll say, you know, have you ever participated in a slot pool? Leave a comment, let me know. And
Right.
say that. And it's like you're just saying it so naturally that people aren't even realizing that you're making them be engaged, because now they want to tell you their experience.
Yes.
The slot pool. If I'm doing regular life vlogs, like I'm notorious for not liking to try new things.
Okay,
so everybody's always trying to make me eat new foods, and I'm like, you know, have you ever eaten this? What you put, you know, we have a big debate about grits. I don't know if you eat grits. You know, does sugar go on grits, sugar or salt? So that's always, you know, give people something to talk about, and they'll have to, you know, give you their experience. Another thing is to sort of have like an intro and an outro.
Okay.
If I'm doing a live stream or whatever, it's just like, hey guys, come in. If I'm doing a video, it's, you know, hey guys, happy whatever day it is. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back. If I'm doing a sit down video, then I say, you know, hey guys, you know, welcome back. Thank you for clicking this video. Because I feel like a sit down is so much different than a vlog. With the vlog is like me talking to my friends. Hey y'all, this is where we're going to Target today. Let's walk around Target. But if I'm sitting down, that means I'm doing something real specific. I'm only talking about what the topic is. So thank you for clicking this video, because thank you. You have an interest in this particular topic.
Back we're gonna go on a break for 3.5 minutes. We're gonna come back with Yellow Shirt Dad, and within a few more minutes I'm gonna start dropping the link for Cooking with the Munchie Mafia officials live stream, because they will be, pardon me, going live very soon. All right, we're just about back. We're going to look at Yellow Shirt Dad. And pardon me, JC Calamity Jane just dropped a super chat, so we're going to look at their channel next. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. You saw that I dropped a link for Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official. They'll be starting their live stream shortly. We'll go over there, and everybody can continue connecting the same way we do here, while Chef CV helps us navigate the kitchen. So Yellow Shirt Dad is another dear friend. This is Gene. He's been with us for several years as well. I never forget the fact that this creator, literally the first day that they came into the Tuber Chat family, they were already talking about collaborating with other people, which they have done. I'm always happy to see friendships starting, flourishing, growing between creators. I'm sure everybody feels the same way. The number one thing everybody seems to say is their favorite part of YouTube is the friendships that they make along the way, at least in this community. And Yellow Shirt Dad now is working on 2,000 subscribers, which is great to see. We say you're officially on a road when you get to a 100 milestone, and since they've passed 1,900, that puts them officially on the road to 2K or 2,000. Has to be exciting for Gene. This is a creator that brings us a lot of outdoor footage, beautiful areas, a lot of beautiful weather, often by the beach, gives us some updates and a look around. But this creator also brings us the joke of the day, and they tend to do that a couple of times a week. They've been known to bring us many different types of, we'll say, Yellow Shirt Dad jokes, and then they've got shorts on their channel as well, and these feature more random content, but getting into 5,300 views, 8,500 views on one of these, and then live streams on the channel as well. And by the way, I have seen Yellow Shirt Dad with a shirt that was not yellow, but that was on another channel, so we'll have to go through his collaborations to find that kind of thing. And he does a lot of live streaming as well, so he's been doing more and more of those actually over the last few months, which is great to see. Probably part of the reason why the channel's growing so much more rapidly, or it seems so. So hopefully everybody will connect with Yellow Shirt Dad. Obviously another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. He has been for years. And we're going to look at JC Calamity Jane right now.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
I think the first many times that I said it, I said I've seen Yellow Shirt Dad without his yellow shirt. And I think that the way that I phrased that gave it a little bit of a different visual in a lot of people's minds probably than what I intended. So now I say I've seen Yellow Shirt Dad with a shirt that was not yellow. It's a better way of putting it, I think. Now, JC Calamity Jane just dropped a super chat, and thank you for the extra generous support. I really do appreciate that. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away. Now, this is a brand new channel. I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take one of your latest videos here. This one's much longer than 3 minutes, so I'm going to put this in my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on like I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here every 3 days. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
And then we're going to look at Palazzo Place. This is another enthusiastic creator that is likely responsible for us gaining at least dozens of thumbs up here on this channel. Palazzo Place has 768 subscribers, which is great to see. They're well on the road to 800. And when we dig through their channel, we get Jen to give us a bunch of information on the About section, letting us know a few of the things we're going to see on this channel. Some furry friends, it looks like here, and a lot of weather updates. It's interesting because where they are, the weather can change literally at the drop of a dime, and we've seen that from this creator. They've got shorts on the channel as well. These feature more random content, but mostly outdoors, as we can see. 1100, 1200, 2200 views, another one at 2000, another at 19, and 4200 views on one of these, which is great to see. These are really moving now. And then Palazzo Place is here with us for just about every stream lately. They just found us a few months ago, but I appreciate all of their extra generous, loyal, and dedicated support, because they're always enthusiastic in the chat. And they make me laugh a lot of the time, actually. And hopefully everybody will connect with Palazzo Place, so Jen can do the same for you. We'll spin the wheel and we'll get another channel ready to go.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
Crafty Witch 232 is up on the screen right now, and this is a creator that's going to bring us a lot of creativity. As a matter of fact, they say they craft all the things, including cross-stitch, crochet, 3D printing, jewelry making, perler beads, and a lot of sewing on the channel. We go through some of the thumbnails here. They've just put out a few videos, but they give us an idea of what to expect. And at first, what I'd seen from this creator is a lot of mix between 3D printing and crochet, but they've expanded into a lot more as well, including some cross-stitch lately. You see in the thumbnails on the shorts videos on this channel a lot of pop culture references, and I came to learn over the longest time that this creator actually makes a lot of things for the purpose of selling them. There's a display right there, as a matter of fact. And then some of these have done really, really well, getting into 10,000 and 14,000 views. You get an idea of what I'm talking about with the 3D printing, crochet, and most of these. Live streams are frequent on this channel. Andy is usually live almost daily, as a matter of fact, and now starting to collaborate with other people. I've seen them occasionally play a video game, but most of it's creativity, and they could be on for hours. They've gone well beyond 3 hours many times. But that gives us almost another daily opportunity to continue connecting. And I believe that's one of the biggest reasons why this channel has grown. So there's two reasons why I say this, and you'll notice it's the same for each of these channels. But this is one of the fastest growing channels we've seen in the Superchat family. They've just been with us for about a year, if I'm not mistaken. And this creator was already well on their way, but they are now closing in on 3,600 subscribers. 3,000 seems to be a telling marker. I fully expect anybody that organically gets to 3,000 to be able to do the same and get to 10,000 with no problem. Maybe even 100,000 and beyond, maybe even 1 million one day. Now, Crafty Witch 232 does two things that I say frequently about creators like this. They are out supporting others all the time. I probably run into Andy every day in somebody's premiere or live stream chat. First of all, so they're out in the community, because we have to remember YouTube is a social network. We have to participate, right? Putting out videos and, waiting for viewers and stuff is okay. They will come, but we can make things move a lot faster when we participate in the network and put more content out, including comments on each other's videos and a lot of chatting in the live streams and premieres. Now, this creator as well happens to be live streaming almost daily, and they are doing a lot of vertical live streams. So I believe that that's leading to a lot of the success as well, because we know that vertical live streams can lead to a lot of viewers coming in from the shorts feed. So I'm assuming that's what's happening in the last few here, because you see the view counts on some of these streams are getting into like 10,000 views, anywhere from 5 to 10,000 on a lot of these, which is great to see. Now, I believe, and we'd have to calculate it out, but from my experience over the last 8 years, it seems that YouTube gives you 1 view for every 5 minutes that somebody stays active in your live stream. It could be just watching, it could be just letting it run, but it seems that way. Right? So you'd have to calculate it out, but if you figure out how many people come into the stream and then how long they're there and work out these views afterwards, it seems to be that way. So hopefully everybody will connect with Crafty Witch 232. They're an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter themselves, and I'd love for you to get some of that support coming back to you. I'm going to drop the link again for Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official. They should be starting within the next 10 minutes. And then Jason P., thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. What I'm going to do is actually, I'm just going to look at your account in the background here. So thank you for this. I'm going to go ahead and subscribe in the background. And then when you do have content, if you do at some point in the future, then I'll be ready for you, and we'll be ready to promote the channel as well. So thank you for that extra generous support. I certainly do appreciate it. Absolutely unnecessary. And then let's spin the wheel and see who's coming up.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
Cruising on the high season travel is Rob. Like I said, this creator's only a couple hours away from me as well. And I just watched the latest video today. I think it was from Burger King, wasn't it? Those jalapeno popper things. And he was looking for... Did you say Burger King in this video? Most of it was driving, and then he got to the review closer to the end of this one. It was longer than I thought, actually. But this one here, yeah, Burger King. There it is. There's the thing. And I love the taste of jalapeno, if you pronounce that way. But I can't take any heat, so I rarely will eat peppers and things like that. If I do have jalapeno, it's got to be like few and far between, even though I've come to really enjoy that taste. And most of you know what I'm talking about, those jalapeno poppers. We find them in the freezer section in the grocery store all the time. Bars and pubs and restaurants have them all the time. They're delicious in my opinion, but it looks like Burger King might have them here in Canada. And then Rob brings a lot of cruising and travel content. He actually gets involved in a lot of live streams. And I mentioned this before, he's on tons of live stream panels with tons of friends. We were on one together a couple months ago there. And then Cruising on the High Season Travel has quite a bit set up. I've got notifications already on for all of these. We always set notifications for everything we see coming up, even though we have the notification bell on for the channel. In between his travel content, he brings us a lot of reviews. Pardon me, I mean to go to the videos page of featured dishes and featured items from takeout food places and restaurants. I recognize most of what I see here because, like I said, he's only a couple hours away from me, so we have literally all the same franchises and chains around us. But he's got shorts on the channel as well, and some of these have done well, 1,200, 1,800, 2,400. Most of them feature the creator himself as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Rob from Cruising on the High Season Travel. And then I'll spin the wheel, and I see Jory Game Bites coming into the chat.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuberchat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
So Poetic Tears is another channel I'm getting to know. They've got a small bit of information on their About section to let us know what we might expect. I see they've got quite a few videos here. I'm going to take the latest one. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list, that's that playlist I keep talking about that helps me keep or get caught up with creators. And then they're going to give us a little bit of help with some AI tools by the look of it on top of everything. They'll do some outdoor adventures. So I'll be looking forward to getting to know the channel more about the channel, let's just say. This creator tends to come in for shorter periods of time. We never know how long it's going to take to get onto the wheel or the screen here. It's open to everyone, of course. Some days we get to more channels than others, but you know what I mean. And then Coach Juliet Edens, good to see you in the house. I hope I'm pronouncing that right for you. They happen to be a member, so I'm going to put them on the wheel right this second. I'll spin right away, and then hopefully everybody will connect with Poetic Tears. They've got some shorts that have gotten into 1,300, 1,400, 1,500 views, and then live streams on the channel as well. So I'll have to catch you for one of these, because I don't think I caught you for a live stream yet. Yeah, not yet. And Poetic Tears is closing in on 500 subscribers, which is great to see.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
And then Jessie Journals and Unboxes dropped her video earlier today. She always drops premieres on Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern. And Jessie Journals and Unboxes has changed up the channel. It's evolved over the years. She's been with us about 5 years as well, and is the newest entrant into our moderator squad. She's working on 2,600 subscribers now. This creator has unboxed just about everything that can be unboxed. Plenty of different types of things, from bath and beauty products to journaling and collaging and creative items. And Michael's comes to mind when I think about a lot of the things. But she gets some subscription services. Crafting supplies is what I meant to say. Stationery. She's got jewelry, snacks, all kinds of stuff. And she also shows us the things that she makes with the things that she unboxes. She's gone through a name change to Jessie Journals and Unboxes, because there's a lot more journaling now, and that's where I get the idea of the collages from, in the creations that she makes on the channel with the things that she unboxes. She's also got a lot of Happy Mail videos on the channel, so obviously having a lot of impact on other people, and a few hauls that I've seen as well. Now, Jessie Journals and Unboxes is going to feature a lot of the things they find in the unboxing videos in the shorts on the channel. And this is where you see, like I said, there's washi tape here, there's jewelry, there's the snacks, there's the stationery, bath and beauty products are found throughout. And this creator as well, first of all, has gotten into 1,500, 2,300 views on a couple of those shorts, and then live streams. This creator has done plenty of live streams in the past. They expect to probably do them again sporadically in the future. We've got notification bells on for every single channel. And then Jessie Journals and Unboxes has joined, thank you Pete for that, the Fall Fest 2025 collaboration. We saw Gail Southern Living in the chat earlier. She hosts that collaboration, and now 37 channels worth of content are going to come out. Is it all tomorrow? I'm just curious to know if everybody drops their videos at the same time. I should know, but I'm just curious. And then I'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. But I hope everybody will connect with all of our moderators on this channel. First of all, they're all dear friends of mine. They're all dear friends of each other. But I think it's easy to see that these live streams wouldn't be what they are if it was not for their help and support, because they help me make this look easy. And I promise you, it's a lot that we've all been through over the last 5.5 years with this channel. And then Real Outdoor Living is coming up right now. This is a channel I'm still getting to know.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
And is that, Jessie, that one person each day drops their video. That can't make any sense. No, they just said, oh, tomorrow through October 5th. So I guess it's collections. Like, I guess it's 10 creators each day or 8 creators each day or something like that. And then, yeah, Jesse, if you want to let us know, 9 a.m. Eastern, it won't be a premiere. So I'm going to be at work for sure. I won't be able to catch that. I'll have to catch it in the afternoon when I get back. But I'm actually going to get Siri on the case right now. And then we have an Instagram group where she will likely drop that for us as well. And then Real Outdoor Living, I see that actually the first thing that came up on the channel is a cabin build. So I'll be interested to see that. I'm always fascinated by that thing. I'm the least outdoor person of everybody here probably. I'm always surrounded by computer screens and concrete and glass and steel and everything else. But I am fascinated with especially tiny homes and cabins and things like that. Real Outdoor Living, I'm just going to grab another video. Actually, I'm going to go to that playlist, the cabin build, and I'm going to grab a video from this playlist. I'm going to grab the first one. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list right now. That's that playlist I use, like I said, to get caught up with creators. One of the things I like putting channels on the screen here in Tuber Chat is that over time I get to know the channels, but over weeks and months by hanging out in premieres and live streams and watching videos, I get to know the content on the channel. Like this, getting into 2,100 and 3,500 views on some shorts, and that video will give me a chance to get another piece of content watched. And then they got live streams over here as well. So up to a couple weeks ago, they seem to be doing these almost weekly, a couple times a month, or maybe a little more frequently. I've got the notification bell on for every single channel, of course, and then anybody can reach out anytime about anything YouTube related, of course. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well. But if you have something special coming up, or if you find a moment to let me know you're going live or dropping a premiere, I'll make every effort to try to be there if I can. And then thank you, everybody, for the time that you spent today. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. I know not everybody can be here every 3 days, and certainly not for 3 hours every single time that we stream. So I do appreciate every moment. And again, hopefully everybody will connect with all of our moderators here. I'm going to drop a link again. We're all going to go over to Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official and Tim Mitchell, and they are likely live already, as a matter of fact. So they will allow us to continue connecting, and I'll leave this live stream running for an extra 3 minutes so everybody can clean up their connections here if you need to. Coach Juliet Edens is a brand new channel here in the Tuber Chat family. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take your latest recommendation for a ketogenic lifestyle video. I'm going to put that in my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I will watch your video in full. I'll leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on as well, like I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We're usually here 3 times a week. We are usually here for 3 hours at a time, but we mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. So thank you again, everyone. I hope to see you over with Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official in 3.5 minutes. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Are you out there grinding day by day, creating your content, trying to find your way? You're dreaming big, but it's hard to stand. You need a crew who understands the plan. From your first of thousands up to the watch time grind, there's a place where creators come to shine. Join the wave, the movement, the vibe. With Tuber Chat, it's your time to thrive. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops too. Get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise. Together we're and hours to the rising stars. Tuber Chat takes you far beyond the bars. No more struggling on your own. With the fam around, you're never alone. Exclusive perks for those who believe in the power of connection and what you can achieve. Your channel's your vision, we're here to help it grow. Join Tuber Chat, get in the flow.
Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops too. Get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise, together we're strong.
You've got the passion, you've got the drive. With Tuber Chat, your channel will thrive. So hit subscribe, join the team. Let's build each other up, live the dream.
Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops too. Get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise, together we're strong.
So join the ride, it's time to shine. With Tuber Chat, success you'll find. Let's grow together, it's what we do. The future's bright when we rise with you.